We are rolling.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Creative Businessmen. Today we have Dusty Cagle and Reid Pegram on with us, both comedians.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Good. Awesome.
Just hanging out with my bros, all these broskies.
Yeah.
That's right. We've been hiding in here since the last time we did the podcast. You guys just didn't know. Just been eating your electricity and stuff like that.
Cool place to quarantine, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Every once in a while, I thought I heard something. Was that you that busted ass that time on the other side of this door here?
Yeah, no, I was chewing on a cable for the electricity. You know? Like I'm Jamie Foxx in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
We playing
you know?
Ratatouille. You know?
So what have you guys been up to?
You go first, man. What you been up to?
2020. I've been 2020ing. That's not much. Not a lot of shows. I feel like compared to the last time
Yeah.
we all hung out. Just, working on personal stuff, I guess, more than anything.
Doing some writing and stuff like that, or
Yeah, some sobrieties.
Multiple.
Multiple
You know, when one don't work out, you do another one. You know what I mean? That's how it is. The sweater didn't knit right, I'll knit another sweater. I'm the same way.
Meditating, except for the last 3 days, because I don't know. I kind of quit for a couple of days, but
I think it's definitely something you should take a break from every once in a while. I think it can be overwhelming.
yeah. Did you do it? Okay, no,
No, I did actually, and it's helpful, but it's also overwhelming slightly. No bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really introspective anyway, so I feel like I'm always meditating.
Yeah.
But
For me,
Did
it's
you ever get overwhelmed at all, or?
yeah, no, I think I cried one time. I don't know, just because I was like, I can't just focus on the breaths. Like my house could be on fire, and like that's not even like the biggest concern, you know. No, it's like kind of frustrating sometimes, but also sometimes it's like. It's great. I like it. If I'm like really pissed at work, I'm gonna go to my car for 10 minutes and meditate, and then be like, I'm back to 100%
I like that
dealing with shit health.
I like how it's like telling your brain to shut the fuck up for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
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 No, it's a lot of sitting in the feelings. You know, I feel like you try and get away from those so much, but
Yeah, sometimes it's just nice to be quiet. I think for my meditation, everybody's meditation is a different type of thing, you know, but I think for mine, it's just quiet. I think I need quiet because even when I do have an opportunity to be quiet, I'm on YouTube or I'm on my PS4 or I'm on, you know, my VCR. You guys, you know, my VCR 5. I just got it. VCR 5. Really cool, man. HD 1080. It's really good.
you
HP.
got one of those? I know they were selling out of those.
Oh, fuck
lot,
yeah.
man.
But I had to kill people for it.
Hey, I'm not gonna name one of the guys' names, but I think he was one of the ones on the list, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He ain't listening to this anyway, so fuck you, Tim. Yeah, that's right. Nobody gives a shit
Fuck
about
you, Tim. I had to look like in the direct camera.
I'm going to finish every show just like that. It's like, everybody, I hope you had a great night. Fuck you, Tim. And then that'll be the end of it.
Tim.
Yeah.
Except for Tim.
Except for Tim.
Yeah.
I hope you're a ghost watching the show.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's like, and the one with a Y, because like you don't want just some defenseless.
Oh, there's so many good
Innocent
Tims out there.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
That's about the only one I can
Yeah, I was
think
about
of.
to say Tim Allen. I was like,
Not Tim Allen. Well, I don't know. His Twitter kind of makes him look like a dick. But other than that, Home Improvement. He was
That
Home
was awesome.
Improvement.
Yeah, I loved Home Improvement.
And the Santa Claus. That was good.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
dude.
My daughter
golly,
loves
talk
that-
about a
that
cash
show.
cow right there.
Yeah.
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 it's so many of those. I remember when like Martin Short was like Jack Frost,
Yeah.
and I was just Martin Short. How
It's
did you
not
do this?
canon, though. That's the one that's not canon.
It's not canon.
It was all a dream. That's what that movie was crazy. He's like, I'm going to be new Santa Claus. I'm cold. And then that was, that was the whole movie.
No, that was the Santa Claus movie that was set inside of like a snow globe the whole time, right?
That's right, in a hospital.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, that's a relevant reference, right? That
Oh,
was-
definitely.
that's
Very
not-
fresh
that's not,
on
like-
everybody's mind right now. Speaking of Hogan's Heroes, guys, what do we That's funny. What are you guys been up to? I know you guys recently got. Why am I interviewing you? But I am.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not an interview; it's a conversation.
Yeah, ask away.
But I know you guys, had a rough time a couple of weeks ago. You got you got sick and everything
Rona,
like that.
yeah.
I know you had the episode about it. You feeling good? You
Oh
feeling?
yeah, I feel great, man.
You guys look great.
I didn't have a bad experience with it.
Good.
It was like a moderate cold. He had a pretty.
I don't know if you watched the episode where I told him "fuck you" last time, but again, no. But in a loving, like you can tell somebody you really care about, like "fuck you," kind of like
Right? Yeah.
That's what I say to him because mine was not that. Now
I think
listen,
it was go fuck yourself.
yeah. But that being said, I'm just stubborn, and I don't know. I got to do something no matter what. So I just did.
You just didn't rest.
I just didn't rest. But that being said, man, it hit me. What day was it? Now
Sunday nights when you got sick.
Yeah. What day did I start feeling better? Was that last Monday?
Yeah.
Where I was just like, last Monday I believe I was like 80%, and then Tuesday like 70-80%, and then Wednesday something happened and I just went to like 90%, and I immediately. The Tuesday, Wednesday, I just started like, wow, I really feel better. Because I had felt so bad for so long. I just kind of got used to that.
Yeah.
And then I felt euphoric almost. So it's kind of awesome.
But you were probably
Yeah.
like you hadn't ran a fever in over a week at that point.
No,
right?
no, yeah. It had been 10 days, probably 12 days, yeah.
When you say last Monday, you mean the Monday before this one?
Yeah, like
No,
2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
2 weeks
Oh,
ago,
that's
yeah.
great. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, we can, after we leave here, we'll just go straight to the hospital. Reid.
I really regret like kissing each of your hands like a
Yes,
Southern
yes.
debutante. That was a bad call.
I've got antibodies.
I regret that for other reasons.
Yeah. I would gladly share some antibodies with you guys. So.
No, so like according to the CDC's website, once you've from the point that you first had symptoms, so 10 days after your first symptoms, as long as you haven't had a fever within 24 hours without the assistance of fever-reducing medications, you're not supposed to be contagious.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we were both
The day I'm
quarantined
referencing.
longer than that.
Yeah,
so.
the day I'm referencing was day 16, I think.
Yeah.
Or because it was like day
But
16
you can
and
feel
day 17.
bad. You can feel bad from it for weeks
Yeah.
or months.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
So now I'm almost 30 days out now. So
Well,
He
yeah.
had more of a respiratory issue than I did.
yeah,
Well, I'm
And-
glad
and-
you guys.
it hit me when I really started to try to have some physical activity and I wasn't paying attention, and then I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, like it kind of felt like 85 pounds ago. You know, like when I would get a little bit active and I'd gasping for air. That's kind of what it felt like. Just like, oh shit, I better be real careful. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, man, fucking glad to be over it.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys both
Yeah.
pulled through, and I'm glad
Yeah, no, that's
our
great,
sweet baby
man.
Jesse was safe the whole time.
I know, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was worried about the most was Jesse. I said, I
I
swear.
figured so, yeah.
I said they hurt Jesse. I said,
Well,
we're
Jesse's
going.
actually the one that gave it to us.
Oh yeah,
Just like not really.
No, it's just
the back
yeah.
of the
you
room.
dirty dog.
We think we know where we got it, but it's interesting though, because
We won't say.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, it's not important. It's not. It's kind of funny.
Tim.
Yeah.
It was Tim Griffin, wasn't it? It was fucking Tim.
Tim with a Y.
Tim, call back.
Why?
Yeah, that fucker.
Just coughed
But,
in each of your mouths.
Yeah, he did. Well, actually, I think he came out the other end, man. I think while
He just farted at each.
yeah, he said eat shit, and I was like, what? And as soon as I turned, his ass was right here, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh man, it could be anyone's pale, sad ass.
Yes,
Who knows?
I know.
That was. That's
He has.
That
yeah.
was my dig. I don't know. I was
the
like,
name of my
say he has a bad
autobiography.
butt.
Anybody's pale dead ass.
Well, I knew it was Tim because he has a tramp stamp, and it says Tim on his lower back with a Y.
Yeah. So the doctors can identify. Yes.
Yeah. He wants the guys from behind to remember his name.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because he's very forgettable.
Yeah, he is.
If,
Yeah. But he wants to be treated respectful, you know?
Of course. Anybody been playing any good video games lately? Anybody?
Oh,
know you gotta
yeah. I've just recently got Cyber 2077. It is
Oh, that's cool.
Very immersive. It does have that kind of quality where you have to kind of, where you go in and out of the game, you have to like kind of think, okay, this is the real world, and that's that world.
Now, is this like a VR?
Oh, no
or is
shit.
It's not VR. It's just I'm just playing on my Xbox One.
But it feels.
It kind of looks like Grand Theft Auto, right?
A little bit. It's that way, but it's all first person.
Yeah.
Except when you go in a car, you have the alternate thing. You can be third person or first.
Oh, nice.
And that kind of stuff. My driving's terrible. Like, it's okay when you're following the story is good, but when I'm left to my own in the free world, I'm lost in the city and my car's on fire.
Keanu Reeves plays the lead character, right?
Yeah, you are Keanu Reeves.
He actually plays a ghost that your character sees who died at some point in the past. And
You have to
through
throw a
the
spoiler
circuits and stuff,
Yeah,
I guess.
spoiler alert.
That happens, Anyway, yeah. Whoops. The game's out. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping he's the Ghost Spectre from like Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
For real.
Where he's just trying to stop a seance, and he's like, the evil us's bring us back.
Whoa, everything's old but new at the same time.
Is that a VCR 5? Oh my God. Whoa. I was there for the original.
You guys remember Johnny Mnemonic?
Technology. Oh my God.
Have you guys seen the new one?
The
Bill and Ted. I was like
Yeah.
the new Johnny Mnemonic. Maybe the second one. Nah, I've wanted to. I just haven't got the chance.
Yeah, I haven't
to.
watched it yet either. I want to see it.
I want to see it, but I still, I think it's a good mixture of the first one and the second one, because the second one was such a departure from the first one, and the first one was just original on its own.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I mean, they really poor Alex Winter hadn't done shit since then. You know what I mean?
He's produced a lot of stuff though. And
That's
he's directed
good.
Some things.
Yeah, but he's as far as being on film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He had Lost Boys, he had Freaked, and he had the sandwich that was Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty awesome to
I
bring
think
them.
I think he does a lot of documentaries.
He might.
He's a pretty successful dude.
You could say anything.
I've
you
seen
could
him
be
in a lot
like,
of horror
and
documentaries.
Huh?
I've seen him in like a lot of horror documentaries, but he makes
He
his
probably produced them.
own. Yeah.
Because there's some
makes
good ass fucking horror documentaries.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like
Dude, I saw that Lost Boys was on Shudder, but I was like, do I watch this for the first time? without
Shudder's
Dusty?
pretty cool though.
Shudder's great.
I like Shudder. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Reed hadn't seen Lost Boys, so
You've never
What?
seen Lost
I
I've
know,
never
right?
seen Lost Boys.
I know.
man.
How did you pull
Wow.
that off?
It's a classic.
Yeah, I lived in a non-vampiric society.
That's right. You were more of a
growing up.
lycanthrope family. That's true.
Thou shalt not
It was
see.
more into werewolves.
Very
It's more my
hairy,
thing.
very hairy
You
family.
lived in
Yeah.
a house of garlic.
Yeah. Because I was like, hey man, let's go to like a fucking drive-in around like Halloween. I was like, dude, they got Lost Boys. We gotta watch Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've never seen Lost Boys. I was like, I
can't
don't
be
know if
friends
we're best
anymore.
friends anymore.
Y'all should have definitely went and checked it out, man.
Oh well,
dude.
the thing's just it was
Did
it was
it
around
rain?
the hurricane.
It was a hurricane.
That hurricane
Yeah,
came
yeah,
through
yeah.
and they had to close it down.
It was a hurricane of blood. It was.
That's what it was. It was
It rained out the vampire.
oddly
movie.
enough, yes.
Yeah.
This
But-
was pre the getting the PS4 thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely pre. But yeah, it was such. Oh man, that movie's so fucking good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiefer Sutherland is a vampire.
Oh, dude, David. Yeah, he played the best bad guy, and he was so cool. Like I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of vampires, but in that movie, I do like vampires.
Well, the whole tone of the 80s vibe of that movie is so awesome.
Well, I think it was one of the first. I think it was the first movie poster I ever bought, and it was like, "Never grow old, never die, stay young forever." And
Yeah.
it was just like the red background and all that shit. And it's like, geez, Louise, like they really make you want to be a vampire. But I only want to be a vampire in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to like stop being a vampire in like 1989?
Instantly.
Instantly.
No, after,
you just
I'll-
stake yourself. Just
find
like, fuck the 90s.
I'll go through the 90s. I'll go through the 90s as long as TRL was called Total Reclass Live before it became TRL. That's what I would want to do. Very specific time frame right there. But as soon as the boy bands took over the late 90s, that's when I want to. That's when I want to be over.
Yeah.
Maybe you could change that if you're a vampire.
Oh, that's true. I have all the time in the world. Like all those young men would definitely want to be vampires. You know?
Dude, you could have cashed in on that industrial rock metal movement of the 90s, dude. You would have. You could have been Peter Steele from Typo Negative, but
You mean it?
immortally. That's the kindest thing I've ever said.
I've
to
been
you,
waiting
Dusty.
for you to say that to me this
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and I just disappear. Like that's the whole thing I've ever wanted. You set me free.
Organ music. Yeah. No, that would have been rad to see it in a drive. That's, I don't know. I would love to see something in a drive-in.
We'll make it happen.
Where do you go to Albemarle?
The one we had looked at was around Winston.
I think they were
Oh.
doing them at like the
Okay.
Dixie Classic Fairground or
Really?
something. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Check that out too.
Because I don't think I've seen a drive-in movie since I saw the X-Men movie for the first time.
Oh, for real? The
Like
one
the
where the dude
original.
turns into water? Yeah. You know, he pushes through the thing. He's like, water. That's all I remember
I
for
know
that
that's
movie.
like kind of your bit, but that's like the best, worst description of the movie X-Men I've ever heard. Oh, that movie where that guy turns.
That's the whole movie. That's all you need to know.
Oh, that
kinda
movie where
bags it
Stan
down.
Lee buys a hot dog on a beach.
Well, Dusty's the best at generalizing movies, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember one thing about that's all that matters. Like that's the only thing that matters about that movie. And when you say X-Men, I think about that guy looking like Jello going through bars. And then they're like, "We're about to lose him." He's like, the fucking water.
Oh, damn it.
It's not super great CG either. It's like 1999, 2000 grade.
Was that far back? When did that
X-Men
movie come out?
is like
Pretty far
2000.
back.
I
Wow.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking 2000, 2001. I was around 13, 14, around that time.
Yeah.
I know they just started. They just came out with an 8K TV recently.
Wow.
Yeah, I know they've had 8K cameras for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, a good bit. Yeah, for sure. Red's number one camera is, I think it's an 8K. The,
Yeah.
Helium, I think.
I don't know how you get better than 4K. You just double it. I
Real.
guess.
You can feel it.
It's just bigger.
It touches you.
It's just a bigger, more space for more pixels and more,
Yeah, the more
like
pixels.
resolution and that kind of stuff. And it depends on the sensor you got. Someone will show their phone, well, my phone shoots 4K. Yeah, but your sensor's like the size of like a grain of sand compared to mine, which is this big.
Yeah.
So size matters is what you're saying.
Absolutely, with
With
sensors.
sensors.
Yeah. Big old sensor.
So it's like 64-bit squared or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like combining two Nintendo 64s together
Exactly.
to make the perfect TV.
That's what I imagined is you like have hooked up 8 Super Nintendos.
We got 7 Segas over here. She can't take anymore.
It's like 0.0000 4K.
Yeah. That's wild.
Nah, that's crazy. And I imagine that's gonna be like another. You know how there's always like there's like Blu-ray and then like 3D and like 4K. You know, home media. It's gonna be, I wonder how much those shits are gonna cost.
I think it's gonna. I was talking about this recently. I think a lot of that's gonna be so rapid over the next decade or two, like the exponential growth in technology. And we're just gonna zoom through a lot of these intermediate technologies. Like when it went from like DVDs, and you had like the HD and the Blu-ray that battled it out, and then the Blu-ray won, but then everybody went to digital. So
Holodeck's right around the corner, I think.
yeah, that's that type of thing.
That'd be
It'll
awesome.
all be
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy
So I just watched
holidays.
Elon Musk has the Neuralink thing, which is
Right.
going to be a brain technology interface. But Ray Kurzweil just did a interview recently. He's the lead engineer at Google, and he said that he mentioned that technology, but he doesn't think that's the one that's really going to make us merge with the technology. He believes it'll be more like a nanotechnology. Some type of nanotechnology that you inject into your cerebral cortex that allows you to interact with AI.
Well, I've heard about nanobots and stuff like that being able to fix, being so small that they're able to actually fix like clots and stuff like that in blood vessels and
They
such.
can actually destroy individual viruses
Cells
and stuff. Yeah.
So it would be like a similar.
cells.
So it'd be like a similar thing, but for your brain.
Yeah, they would inject the nanobots into your cerebral cortex in certain areas, certain regions.
So basically, what we're going to have is instead of taking vitamins, we're going to have nanobots that are inside, and it's like an antivirus.
No, that's different. That's something else too. That would be more like CRISPR technology. They would actually take. Well, you would have different types of it. You'd have nanobots that you would actually inject in your body that would just always live in your body. And any time that you had an immune response to something, they would just kill the virus or bacteria.
Until they become self-aware.
Or if you had a cancer, like a
Skynet
type of cancer, it could go in and correct it or destroy the cancer cells.
Really?
Yeah. But then with the CRISPR technology, they could take your DNA, modify it, inject it back into your body through a virus, and then activate that virus through antibodies, which would cause your aging to reverse. It would heal your DNA.
Benjamin Button yourself.
Well, they've already done it with eyes, so they can take
like eyeballs.
Yeah, they can take the cells. They've done it with mice. They take basically a blind mouse, take the cells from its eyes, modify the genes, put it into a benign virus, inject it back into the eye, give the rat antibodies, and its eye will completely regenerate. And they'll be doing that in people within a year or two.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like, are there any applications for this for, like, mental illnesses?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
what I'm
everything,
thinking.
because all of it is just
Yeah.
defects in the human body. So, yeah, like that's a good thing or a good point, because people, I wonder, like, when you think of like a sociopath or a killer or somebody that wants to murder people, it's just so far removed from the way that we think. It's like, how can that person want to hurt people like that? But then you just think we're all probably one life form anyway. So that person is like a cancer cell in the body of life, right? In humanity.
Right.
So something went wrong in their wiring that makes them want to destroy other people. But with technologies like CRISPR, we'll eventually be able to pinpoint the genes that are causing that anomaly,
Right.
and reverse that behavior. And then they're like, oh, shit, I was crazy as fuck. I want to kill people. I don't have to now.
You just create empathy for people.
Yeah, but that's the problem with people. Like, they lack empathy. There's something wrong.
Well,
with
yeah, you connect the thread that was torn at a certain part, or it never grew together.
Well,
You know
most
what I mean?
likely, I would say in the next 2 or 3 generations of people, all children will probably be somewhat genetically modified before they're even born.
I believe that.
That'll
Yeah, I
prevent
could see
some of
that
that
being
stuff.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm cool with that, but at the same time, I'm like,
It's a lot
It's
of
evolution.
ethics.
It's evolution.
Yeah.
Well, the science part of it, but I think you should
Yeah.
have a choice in whether you want your kid to be modified or not.
Yeah,
There's
so
a
you
lot
want your kid
of
to be
ethics.
dumb or super
You
intelligent.
have the right to non-GMO children.
Yeah, and also, if my parents would have known how I would have been and would have changed me, I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that is kind of scary.
Yeah.
That kind of aspect.
There's
Well-
also the whole thing of like playing God and ethics.
Yeah,
and that
man.
kind of stuff come into play. You
Yeah.
know, do
Old
we have
Philip
the,
K.
I
Dick
mean,
over here.
Of course, we have the right to. I mean, do we have the right? Of course, you can. If you have the ability to, you can just take the right. Who cares? But at the same time, is it right or
Well,
wrong?
what
That's
is
the
God
question.
too? I mean,
Well,
I-
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's so
exactly.
many questions on
I
top
mean that
of
in the
questions.
hypothetical.
I feel-
Yeah,
I-
same here.
I
Yeah.
feel like
It's just the easy
God
word
is
to
everything.
use.
All life,
Yeah.
everything, the whole universe is probably some type of a life form.
I just want to know, because I know I'm going to get really rudimentary for you. Women have been able to have breast implants for a long time. There's not been a real solution for men, and I just want a massive solution. You know
They
what I'm
can
saying?
do that.
Massive
Oh, they
solution.
got.
You want like a
stamps.
giant nanotech dick.
I want a nanotech dick.
Yeah.
And if I can provide that for my child, like if it's you, but I was able to bless you, instead of the 8 that you're packing, maybe you wanted 10, right? If I could bless you like that with a little DNA change,
You're
I might
just
be
being
open to that.
greedy now.
Yeah.
You're just like, my 8-inch dick is not big enough.
It's funny you talk about this because in Cyberpunk 2077, you have access to control the length of said
Really?
package. You
Really?
can have whatever
What?
you want there.
That is
You
awesome.
can augment anything about yourself.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Vince Vaughn was in a movie. I'm a huge Vince Vaughn fan. I got to tell you this. So Vince Vaughn played this movie. I think it's called like Scary. It's out on Apple TV now. It's like $20 to rent.
Freaked.
Freaky?
Freaky.
I really wanted to see Freaky.
I
Is
only
it good?
did it because it's Vince Vaughn. right? I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't. What's the whole Blumhouse?
It's the same guy. Have you seen Happy Death Day?
Yeah.
It's the same guy who did Happy Death Day.
He did a good job. And there's a scene in it, and this is for you, Jesse, when you're talking about the extension thing.
Right.
So Vince, and I'm not going to tell you how Vince Vaughn is, how he's gotten to this because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but Vince Vaughn is naked and he's in front of a mirror and he I think he's in a dressing room and he shakes it and you hear it going smacking his skin like pop 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 pop, and he's bouncing his dick off his thighs, which you can't see it, but you see it as a man. We've all tried to do it or have done it, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, I've got to, this is fun, and I'm just sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, that would be nice.
You want a pendulum dick?
Yeah. I want to be able to do that.
It's like a loud smack.
It's like pop, 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 pop. Yeah, it's like wow, that's impressive. If that's really Vince Vaughn,
it's weighty.
Because he just like does it. I'm like, if that's really him and that wasn't a sound effect, that's impressive, buddy. It's great. Yeah.
He's got a real swinger on him.
Yeah,
right?
I really. Yeah.
If like also Jon Favreau had a giant dick, like that's why they called the movie Swingers. there was like a deleted scene where they both stood in front of mirrors like side by side and just slapped dicks.
Yeah,
I like the idea that
to
video
swing music in the 90s.
I like the idea that video game in 2077 I can have a baby dick. You know what I mean? Like anytime I want, I'd be like, I am not confident and I am technologically aware. Like the whole game.
Like Jesse, how much time have you spent in that aspect of the game?
Yeah.
I feel like
Not
that's
too long. I mean, there's only so much you can do. It's like, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a sad noise, the smaller, and like the better it goes?
yeah, either way.
I'm like thinking of like Red Dead Redemption 2, like all the time I spent on like making my gun cool and unique.
Right.
It's gonna be like equivalent to
That's why I can't play video games. It's too consuming.
They are, man.
Yeah.
I've been playing Friday the 13th video game since the pandemic started, and I'll be honest with you, nothing really takes away the stress more than killing fake campers. That happen to be real people, like not in real life, but obviously in the video game.
Yeah.
But it is, I don't know. I've always kind of like poo-pooed, the Friday the 13th series because they're kind of predictable. But no shit, the people that worked on this game started from the ground up and got everything they need. It's the most beautiful love letter to like a slasher film I've ever seen.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, dude, there's nothing. I would stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just because I was that sad. And the only thing that made me feel better was killing people that weren't real. It's the only thing that helped.
You just impale somebody on like a tree branch.
I think I've seen this. Is this but can other people come save you when you're impaled up on a thing and they can come?
That one is Dead by Daylight. That's a little bit different.
Okay, got it.
I've heard that one's really
this
good
one's only Jason, but it's all the different Jason. The more you play, you unlock like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
Oh, that's cool.
Not part 1 because he's not there, but part
You're
2
just
and
Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah, you're just Pamela Voorhees, and I wish they would have done that. That would have been dope as shit. She starts off in like a fucking Jeep. Anyway, don't get me started, but it is such a good fucking game.
Let me ask you this question. So if that game in number 1 gave you an opportunity to prevent him from being born, let's say.
Jason?
Yeah.
But
you could kill the mom before he's born. Now think about that for a second.
In the game.
In the game.
Terminator Jason.
Well, I know one thing. If we're going to be real here and not too nerdy, which we're about to get real nerdy, Pamela needed the extra money, so she started working at the camp in the first place because she had to afford Jason, a son with disabilities, and her husband had left her. So if I would have... She wouldn't have been at the camp anyway if Jason wasn't there.
Right.
So I would have just been killing a nice woman named Pamela for no fucking reason. But considering if I know what she could have been, I'd kill her.
So in the game, can you be the people or Jason?
Yeah, you're either a counselor and only one person's Jason. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So there's like 10 people on a stage at one time.
Okay.
And they're all the different maps from different movies. You know,
that's
so it's not all just Crystal Lake. And
you get like different abilities.
What platform is it on? Is it computer?
I think I'm pretty sure they have it on PC, PS4, and Xbox.
Okay.
And they recently just closed down like the servers, but not the local ones. So you can still get up with people all over the world and play.
Okay.
But it's really detailed.
See, that's where technology is going to be really cool with, once you have a good brain technology interface. you can play. You'll be able to play games with your mind, so you'll be really in the game.
I feel like
It'll be like real.
Yeah, that VR set that you had me get.
Yeah,
that shit.
The Oculus Quest.
The Oculus Quest. Have you guys fucked with that?
I
Quest 2?
fucked with one of those.
It's awesome.
I fucked one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked an Oculus one time.
Was it good? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
As long as it made
it's-
you feel better.
Yeah,
It felt so real.
It's very sharp actually. They're not meant to be fucked. There's not like a soft opening or anything. It's just,
God damn it.
it's just like microchips
Yeah.
like, grazing up against your dick.
So
No, but it's fun. No,
That's how you shaved. It's a close cut.
tell Bill Gates shave his dick. No, it's really cool though. No, I've done it a couple times.
So I got one.
You were trying virtual porn. You just didn't understand.
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
works.
yeah. You just didn't know where to stick it. Yeah, you were supposed to buy the sex device too.
the
as well.
fleshlight
Yeah, the
attachment.
fleshlight attachment.
Don't fuck the headset, man.
You got it backwards, kid.
It's like I was playing porn on a projector onto like a thing. I didn't get a fleshlight. I just fucked the projector. That's like right in the fan part, wherever the fan is.
Oh. So Neil was like, I think I called you because he'd been telling me about, it's really cool. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. And he'd been telling me. So I called him. I'm last minute as ever. That's how I am. And I called him and I picked one up. And that night, so I've got a room. It's called the piano room in my house. Spoiler alert: there was no piano in there. What? Yeah. So big ass open space. And I'm like, so you go and I put the headset on. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Right, and then the world starts, like the thing, and you're like, oh, shit, because I've never done any VR stuff, right? And I'm like, oh, well, I had traced out a big-ass room, like not quite as big as this room, but very close. Let's say this area that we're in, so a pretty good-size rectangle. And so anyway, the bigger you make it, the more you have to walk around, right? So I've got like this, I get lost in it. I mean, literally.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
And it says on there you should should moderate your time and really kind of be. I got lost in it, and like I'm tired by the end of this. This is gonna make me lose weight. Is what I'm thinking, because I'm like walking around, I'm like doing shit. And I got this big ass space. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but I got lost in it a little bit, man.
very submersive.
Yeah. It kind of. If I played that Jason game on there, that'd be weird.
Oh, it'd be great, man. Like, and I hear that the horror games on there are actually really good.
They're pretty good. The problem is the movement. You have to like transport yourself to different places, which I think they're working on that with. I think some games you can actually use controller movements, but
I wish I had gloves.
There are. There's a haptic company that's got everything. Whole gloves, a suit. They've got a multi-directional treadmill.
So a Ready Player One starter set.
I don't
pretty
like.
much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
It looks
that's
just
the
like
next.
it, yeah.
That's the next
Yeah.
level.
So have you guys seen the new M1 chip by Apple?
No.
So Apple, they've got a new ARM chip. So computer like cell phones and mobile technology uses ARM chips, and then PCs use x86 chips, and like Intel, AMD processors. So back in like the 80s, they created both of those, but the ARM chips were too slow, but they were really efficient. So eventually they started using them in mobile devices and stuff like that, like battery-powered devices. And back in, I think, 2006, around 2006, Apple approached Intel about making their chips for their cell phones, for the new iPhone. And Intel's like, we're not really set up for it. We can't do it. And so they went to another company to make their processors. And I think a couple of years ago, Apple bought that company out, started making their own processors. And these ARM chips have been getting faster and faster and faster, but they're still extremely efficient, energy efficient. And this year, Apple's M1 ARM chip has surpassed the x86 chips by Intel and AMD. So now we have basically a cell phone chip that is faster than an Intel chip. And so I think when Apple comes out with a VR headset, it's going to be insane.
Oh yeah, you'd imagine it would be.
And so like the new, for example, the new MacBook Air is twice as fast as the current MacBook Pro.
That's why I heard.
And then the new 13-inch MacBook Pro, you can get it with the M1 chip, so it's super fast. So, and then I think next year they're planning on coming out with an even more powerful chip for the bigger MacBook Pros. So I think that's going to change VR technology tremendously. So I think that the third generation VR stuff is going to be insane. I think you'll be able to play a lot of these really intense games with a freestanding headset without having the big PC attached to it.
Right.
So, in the VR, you have to hold these handles. The ones that we have, that I have, we have.
Yeah, I've got it.
And so I tried to do it where it learns your hands, right? So there's cameras, but the problem is if the cameras on your headset can't see them, it's not as accurate.
Tracking.
So that's the only part I wish I had gloves, but it's super realistic. Like the shooting, it's everything. Like I don't know how they get it. It looks. Jesse, you were saying how you had to kind of step back from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that game. That's why I was asking because like I didn't pay attention, and what got me was when the low battery, like. That's where I realized, like, and by that
you were
point,
somewhere else.
Yeah.
If
it got me, and then the next day I was like, wow, it kind of tripped me out.
It's very trippy.
I bet it helps with dreams too. Like I've noticed, the more I get into a game, the more I dream about said game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Normally, I'm into Apex a lot right now, so I'm just into like sliding on my knees and shooting people and dying a lot. You know, I don't know why. It's like being like a really good dancer who people don't like or something.
being murdered by teenagers on the internet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you know, VR has fascinated me since Lawnmower Man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The movie,
Agreed.
not the story.
You
Because-
watched Lawnmower Man, correct?
I have not seen.
You're not
my
meant-
God.
What? Hey,
I know.
I'll give you a pass.
Are you friends with him?
I am best friends
He
with
used to
him.
be
How long
friends
have y'all
with him.
been friends?
We have been friends
Like,
since we met.
for years.
They've been friends since about 30 minutes ago.
But
You got to do with this guy solid. and watch
you're
some
okay.
stuff.
Like Pierce Brosnan's in it. Is
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan in it?
Yeah.
I've never seen. What it's like the one thing that Stephen King was like, don't put my name on that shit.
and he had to sue them because they did put his name on it. It's very different. Because I had a couple of movies that had like from Stephen King, and it shows like this guy like lawnmower. He's like, "Hi, I've seen Gibo. He's real." And then he's like, "I can make him smarter." And then he's like, "Ow, that hurt. I'm smart now." And then all of a sudden, it's just about that shit. Like,
I've seen Lawnmower Man. Dusty
yeah, I
is
just
showing me
explained the
Lawnmower
whole
Man
thing
right now.
He's like, "Zebo Man, I've seen him."
Well,
Like,
they got us with those like state of the art like computer effects at the time. You know,
Oh,
like that no
goodness.
one had ever seen.
yeah, that nobody had ever seen. And at the time, you got to think that's like 91,
Yeah.
92.
Yeah.
They looked phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
There was another movie where they used the same type of technology called First Kid with Sinbad and this.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
From Stephen King.
Stephen King. First Kid.
First Kid.
But he's playing in the mall, and he's playing a shooting game or whatever, and it's letting us see what he's doing. And I remember as a kid, I was like, that lucky fucking president's kid. Virtual reality and the shit it up right here.
You know what I think it was though back then, in like the 80s and 90s, when you would see a really cool image on the cover,
Yeah.
your imagination sort of carried that into the movie.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we would almost watch movies like you read a book.
Yeah.
You really use your imagination more. Now you don't have to. Now it just looks real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times. But back then, like a really good example is Dead Alive.
Yeah.
It's so horrible, like the special effects, but it's so awesome.
Oh, God, that movie is so fucking gross. But
Was-
innovative and fun. I mean, it made Peter Jackson eventually do King Kong, which I enjoy. And obviously the Lord of the Ring movies, but my God, that movie is the grossest shit.
It's awesome.
Oh, God, it's gross.
It's so funny.
Is that the one where somebody gets lawnmowered?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, there were a
yeah.
lot of bodies that got
It's all.
lawnmower.
It's just
Peter Jackson's lawnmower.
There are guts that come alive, and
Yeah.
they're even like smiling and happy. It's pretty.
There's a
good.
guy who's like, I kick ass for
completely
the
different.
Lord. And he's like, that was funny. It was funny. It was funny. But every time I watched it, which is only twice,
It was
I
like-
sick.
It was like if you combined Army of Darkness and Monty Python.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the the
Yeah.
perfect combination right there.
Because I just saw like Return of the Living Dead
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
this
Oh,
year.
that's a classic.
Yeah, and that's like, I feel like it's more
so you do watch
lighthearted.
classics.
Were you talking
Yeah.
about the 80s one?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
that
80s
was
one.
made. Yeah, that was made by a different person
Oh, okay.
than Romero.
Romero's was the
Yeah,
60s
no,
one.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
50s.
no, he did.
Yeah.
He did like 5 or 6 of them. But
The original.
yeah,
His
but
was like some punk rock chick gets naked in a
in a graveyard and she's
yeah.
naked and shit. And the guy, he's like, the thing's like brains. And,
Yeah, it's like the real brains.
That was the actual.
thing.
That was the actual first zombie movie to ever introduce that they were after specifically brains.
And then it made it real meta because they knew, like in the movie, that you had to like destroy the brain to kill zombies, but it didn't work.
Yeah,
Which I thought was just kind of like a really great twist.
You know that Romero's
Dead.
original Night of the Living Dead. Well, that too. He's not a zombie, but the original Night of the Living Dead was actually it was metaphorical for communism.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Because it's people eating each other.
Yeah, just mindless zombies.
I'm not sure Romero had that in mind, but it kind of got picked up.
Well, I read
a little
something
bit
about
like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like, it was Night of the Flesh Eaters. Then it just became this.
Yeah. Actually, he was probably just trying to make a low-budget horror movie.
Yeah, and then he lost the tragic part is he lost the copyright.
What?
So
Yeah,
you
it's a free use. Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
can-
why
Yeah.
it's like in movies a lot. Like if they're like playing, like the TV's on and like something's on, it's usually Night of the Living Dead.
You too can
because-
package that movie and sell it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But he had
How
a
did he lose it?
Well, after so many years,
They back then. I mean, I think the copyright laws are kind of strange and stuff, but back then they just forgot to put the little trademark mark on the film itself,
oh wow.
well.
and then it went, and then it just went before they could get a hold of it. Now you don't have to do that; you just register it
Yeah.
with the thing. Yeah.
But there's still a time length on how long you can keep it copyrighted,
Sure.
right?
Have you noticed?
And
that
then it
with
resorts back after 25 years. That's why they're having a lot of problems with, is it Sean Cunningham, I believe, for
Yeah, Sean Cunningham. I think,
for
yeah.
Friday the 13th, and the same thing with Craven's estate for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Um,
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre has the same problem.
yeah, with
There's gonna
Toby
be-
Hooper. Yeah,
They're going to have to rethink the copyright stuff anyway because there's only so you can only go so far without overlapping stuff. Especially in
Agreed.
music. In music, there's tons of lawsuits because there's only so many chords
Marvel
Yeah.
and the
and there's so much content now.
yeah. Gonna have to make some new instruments. But the one thing cool about the Dead series is that there's been a hit like every 10 years, every decade. Late 60s, 70s, you had, wasn't it
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead,
then Day
Oh, yeah.
of the Dead in the 80s.
and then it kept going. You know what I mean? Like
I think Day of the Dead's my favorite.
yeah.
Joke on it. Joke on it. Yeah, I love that movie, man.
I liked
gets ripped in
28
half.
Days Later was a good one too.
Oh,
was good.
God,
Yeah, that
man.
was good.
That was a good one.
That
Yeah.
made zombies scary again.
Yeah.
It really brought it back,
Yeah.
and
They
then it
could
got.
run.
Go ahead. What'd you say? What were you gonna say,
I
Jesse?
just said
run.
they could run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
sorry.
dude, yeah, they could run.
That's
and
when that guy catches like that eye full of blood.
oh,
or
dude,
something
that
yeah.
or
really
whatever.
nice
Yeah,
British
yeah.
guy. And you know I don't like the British, but I
whatever.
like his. I don't, and I liked him, but I was like,
It was
not
like the
him.
one zombie movie where you. Well, that's a lot of zombie movies where you root for the zombies.
Yeah, but what about Shaun of the Dead, man?
Don't get me started, man. I'm not a fan.
That's a great movie.
I don't like anything that either one of those actors have ever touched. I'm sorry.
Did they touch you? What's
From the way I feel, I think they did in a past life.
what?
Like, I just don't find any of their shit funny.
You didn't like
I
Hot
can't
Fuzz?
Help. Hot.
What about Paul?
We're not friends anymore. Dusty.
Oh, really?
What about Paul? Have you seen Paul?
I haven't seen Paul.
Oh, God, it's a great movie.
I'm sure it is to you, and that's fine. That's fine. I just anything that they're in.
Dusty
I just,
is racist against British people.
You better damn.
Well, fucking somebody's got to be.
Well, somebody didn't
They-
forget 1776. All right, I'm still living it. All right, I still remember.
It was my tea, goddammit.
Great Dan Daddy.
Dan Daddy.
Didn't die
Dan
throwing
Daddy.
tea in some harbor. Bunch of Yankees. Like he's still like Southern and hates Yankees
My
because
great Dan Daddy Dusty out
pre-America.
there fighting for his tea.
Got to be tarred and
It's so-
feathered for nothing.
Yeah, it's so funny that it was tea. By the way,
Yeah, very, very odd.
Like they were offended. I know why they were offended, but it's like, yo, they waste all the tea.
It's like,
It was the tax stamps on the tea, right?
Yeah.
I would have gotten if it was weed. Like, no, I don't get it. Don't throw weed into the harbor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, you can't harvest
I
it.
get
It's
being
gone.
upset that like I have to pay an extra tax on weed, but don't
Just peel the stamps off and throw those in the water.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 100%.
use the stamps to roll the joints. And then-
They're all
my-
stoners that are too lazy to pull the stamps off.
I just got to ask you though. Usually though, the tax has already been paid if it's been stamped. So what did dumping it?
Well, who knows how that worked back then?
True. But I'm just thinking.
Probably
like,
was a wax stamp.
Yeah. So but maybe you pull the stamp off.
Well, I think it was.
Maybe you steal the tea and go sell it without paying the tax.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking about.
I think what it is they would have had to sold the tea and then sent the tax back to England. So they're just like, fuck the tea, and just threw all the goods into the harbor. And then, so nobody's going to make any money. We don't need your tea.
Set it on fire.
We need your fancy tea with your fancy stamps.
I want to know in
fucking
the real
taxes.
story, are we sure they dumped it in the harbor? Are we sure that they didn't just take it and say, oh, no, it got dumped into the harbor?
Oh, look at these wooden crates. There was tea in it. I
No,
promise.
nobody got any pictures of it. So.
That's
that's
what
true.
I would have done. I'm thinking back then, a couple hundred years ago, I'm taking the tea, the crates are going in, and what did they do?
Well, that's probably-
They dumped the crates in the water, man.
Hey, you get the artist. Paint us throwing all the tea in the water.
Yeah.
We're gonna just sell all this shit, and make all
Yeah.
the money,
And we're not going to pay any
we're
tax.
gonna send the painting to England and say we threw their tea in the harbor.
Yeah, that's all you did back then. You just wrote something. You got a quill, and you're like, I smite thee. I threw away all the tea.
and here's a painting to prove it.
Yeah.
My
We're
God.
gonna tell everyone that we threw the tea in the harbor, but really we just sold it all and had a big orgy for ourselves.
Big tea potty.
Big tea party. Now you guys know how coffee got ahead, right?
Yeah, that's how. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Isn't that what like people were like fuck tea and all? coffee and shit? I thought that was legit. No, that's.
I think it is. It works for me. I'm down.
I like coffee better.
I love. Actually, we're gonna have to add a coffee machine up here, big guy. I would love a cup of coffee here in a minute. I think it would just dial me in.
I like both. I like a good tea,
Yeah.
and that's only of recent here. I've been drinking like a ginger, turmeric, and licorice tea, and I hate licorice, but there's something about licorice root that gives a nice sweet, like if I had to make a noise, it'd be
That's it. I'm gonna have to try it now.
Damn, you have that controlled.
Dude, I
Did
did
it
it as a
twice in a
kid. It
row.
used to tickle my lips, but now my lips are, I got callus on my lips from so much. Like it does.
God damn it.
Sorry, there was nowhere else I could go with callous lips. You really, there's no euphemism or like innocence to that at all.
We saw Zack Slater that one time. You remember that? We did. We saw fucking real Zack Slater.
Really?
You mean was it Zach Morris? Isn't he? You think
Sure,
Zach
I wanted
Morris in
the two
show?
to be
Are
one.
you creating like combining two different?
I wanted the two to be
like,
one.
Saved by
I'm
the
sorry.
Bell character.
Christian
But yeah,
Slater,
you're right.
Zach
Zach Morris. Yeah, we saw Zach Morris
Who
one
was Zach
time.
Morris?
From Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the
okay.
I
Bell.
want to know how Slater though is more popular and still today relevant.
Yeah, like
relevant.
Mario.
He's
It's good
likable.
to see Mario.
Lopez is
Lopez.
good, man. He just
Mario Lopez is
hosted.
still working a lot.
He's
though.
working, man.
Yeah.
He hosted the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
He also
With,
hosted the
and he got
the
paid.
empty Thanksgiving Day parade this
He
year.
did, but he got paid on that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
you see the new KFC
Yeah, it's in the
Lifetime movie?
KFC Lifetime. That's right.
Called Appetite.
Hold
Isn't
on,
it
wait,
called
wait. Is it a
Recipe for
Tell
Seduction?
me, tell me it's not KFC Lifetime movie. Are you serious?
Oh,
Yes,
it's a mini movie,
absolutely
and it's
serious.
called
KFC
Recipe
as
for
in Kentucky
Seduction.
Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
He's dressed up as he's playing Colonel Sanders.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. There's a trailer.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Go
shit.
check it out. Look in the links, boys and girls.
How much did they pay him to do that?
Probably
Millions.
something.
What is it? A commercial?
Well,
Probably
no,
something.
No, it's a movie.
it's a
oh,
movie.
it's a Lifetime movie.
Well, a mini movie.
Or a-
Tell me, did they
So-
give him the salt and pepper beard and all that? Did they?
Yes.
they did.
Yeah.
But it's not
that's
full
funny.
on. He looks like if Colonel Sanders was fuckable. You know
Really?
what I mean? Like, he
Really?
looks
Okay.
good.
No, yeah.
So Colonel Sanders' family said, "You know what? We want Lopez to pay Grandpa."
Well,
I get
Mario
it.
I guess
Lopez
so.
is like, he's a beautiful dude.
He is, man. When
He's
he
a
played
good-looking
Nip
dude.
Tuck, I was watching. You guys ever watch Nip Tuck?
I've seen a couple
little
episodes.
bit.
I watched it with my
episodes.
wife. I'm sorry. I watched a lot of. We used to lay out of work when I was like 17, 18.
It's got the guy who was Doctor Doom in the first. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He
And
doesn't even look real though now. Like he's had so it looks like he's had so much work done to his. He looks like he's almost been molded.
He was like real method about it the whole time. He was like, I'm gonna do it to myself.
But yeah, man, I remember I'd watch Nip Tuck with her, and he was in there, and I'd be like, fuck him for looking like that. And I almost thought, maybe we should quit watching this, like, because my wife's going to get ideas.
Right.
Well, she'll just get all...
She's going to get Mario Lopez.
She'll get excited, and then you'll benefit from her excitement.
I benefited from it. I did. There was many nights that we benefited from it, and I got a lot of ideas
I guarantee
from it.
It's a very sexy show.
It was.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a ton, man. But then I thought about it. I was like, God damn it, Lopez, what the fuck, man? Like, could you put 15 pounds on, please? 20 pounds? I mean, like, literally help me out.
Yeah, he's never looked bad ever since we've seen him as a kid,
He looks the same almost.
Well, and he's very middle of the lane. Like, he's in his own way vanilla. Like
he is very vanilla, yeah.
He doesn't have...
In his way.
He doesn't have an opinion that is in any way left, right, up, or down.
He's like the other guy. What's his name?
He's done a good job keeping it.
Ryan Seacrest?
Yes, right.
That's
He's like the younger Ryan. Well, he's probably the same. Well, he's younger.
He might be older.
I'd say he's older.
Might be
I think he's older.
No, Ryan
he just
Seacrest
looks better.
Is probably about 50 now.
Did you see Ryan Seacrest on
older
the
than me.
first season of fucking... He had bleached tips. Like, he had to have been literally 13 during that
Ryan
season.
Seacrest is probably close to 50 now.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we got to take a bet. We're going to check this later. We'll put it down the link. I think Slater's older than Seacrest. He's got to be. Jesse, you checking it?
I'm gonna check.
All right.
Lopez.
I think Slater's...
Lopez.
I think Slater's older, too.
I think so, too.
Lopez is probably 45-ish.
Which one
44,
fucked more
45.
girls?
Oh, definitely Slater.
Slater's got to. Lopez has got to.
I don't know. He seems like a
Are we
really...
talking about Christian Slater?
Are we both?
Oh, sorry.
No.
I was like, who
Mario
fucked
Lopez.
more?
Sorry, I don't know why
Mario
we're
Lopez
we're
or
talking
AC
Slater, the
Slater?
name from the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our new podcast.
We need to talk about the... Did you guys watch the Tyson fight?
I saw things of
really.
it, and I messaged you. I think it was literally the night of. I commented on a thing.
Oh,
and,
okay. Yeah.
And you told me how it went. Yes.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was like a cultural... You could see like the change in our culture over the past 20 years.
All right.
Because it was sponsored by weed.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of language, and there were a lot of gang references in the music.
All right.
Really?
Like,
Yeah, it was.
what was it?
It was, and they didn't let the blues on.
I texted him a message.
Yeah,
I said,
man, it was
it's bipartisan. And
Yeah, it was definitely
showed him,
bipartisan.
The Crips and
Yeah,
Bloods
man.
rags together.
100%, bro.
Wow.
100%.
'Cause it had-
And they even had delayed entries. Like they showed respect to all.
No
Showed respect
shit.
to all.
It
It
had
was
a-
a damn good time, as Chris Wiles would say at Comedy Zone a long time ago. I know you guys aren't the biggest fan of Comedy Zone, but Chris Wiles, I was cool with him. It was a damn good time for all.
It was
guys
funny,
remember.
man. It was such a cultural shock.
Right.
But it was awesome.
I know they had Snoop Dogg, and he was doing like.
Well,
the,
see,
Well, like, he was probably this.
What
He
was
was
the
one
guy-
of those.
I just want to
right?
let y'all know I can stream it right now on this TV. I have unlimited access. We can't show it on YouTube, but I don't know if it's worth watching. But any part of it, I have it still right here.
what was the who's the first
Wiz
rapper
Khalifa.
that- not Wiz Khalifa, but the other guy.
Well, one of them couldn't make it, and that's
Greg
why Snoop.
Kinnear.
That's why Snoop did it.
Yeah.
But what was the guy that
Snoop
came
did it
out
last
first?
minute. You're right. Hold on, let me look.
It was is it YG? YG.
Yeah.
So YG is apparently a blood.
yeah.
So he came out and he had this huge LCD screen behind him.
Yeah.
or LED screen behind him.
I'm gonna
just
mute it.
red. It was just all like about the Bloods. His whole performance was about the Bloods. And he did multiple songs. It was like a music. It was because it was like it was heavily sponsored by music, right? And then Snoop came out later, and his was heavily promoting the Crips. Mm-hmm. So it was really bizarre.
Wow.
Very much so.
And is that like around election time? Is it also, are we like
Bro,
doing this whole Democrat Republican
That's
and
a couple
also
of weeks.
Crip
That's what I told
blood
him.
thing
It
at the
was
same time?
bipartisan.
Yeah.
This was what? How many? Was this last week?
Yeah, I think it was
two
a
weeks.
week and
I
a
was in
half.
quarantine.
2 weeks ago.
It was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on this motherfucker. Excuse my French. Is it that button? Is that one right there? Right.
Godmother.
JK, we're all gonna watch
Wow.
Godmother.
Oh,
And then
so-
what?
somebody's about to cry. We
We don't have to watch the whole thing, but I just gotta look.
Let me see it real fast.
Yeah, here. Neil's a professional. Neil, if you go to the pics, you want to see something funny, go swipe left about 4 times.
I can entertain us with the age question.
Yes. Wait. First, before you do that, look at Mario Lopez's sexy ass. First of all, tell me he does not look like right out of Saved by the Bell, but the adult version.
Hey, throw me that remote.
Weed maps.
Bro, it was sponsored by Weed. Bloods and Crips unite. Like, I'm serious, dude. It was crazy.
Wild.
So I got to tell you. All right. So Jesse, I hope you don't take offense to this, but we're gonna put Jesse's pay for tonight on this bet. Okay, Jesse.
Yeah, that'll work.
okay.
Jesse, your pay for the night is on this bet. Neil versus me. Okay. Neil says that Slater is younger. I say Slater is older.
No, not Slater.
Who do you think is?
That's what we mean when we say
Lopez
Slater.
and
Yeah, Lopez. You say that.
I just know that Screech is 100 years old.
Yeah.
what's the
Seacrest.
Seacrest.
Yeah,
You
Ryan
think
Seacrest.
Seacrest is,
older than him? Yeah.
and I think Lopez is older.
Older.
So are we in agreement that Jesse's pay tonight is on this bet?
Yes.
He's not confident. Neil, what do you think,
There's
buddy?
Jake Paul.
He's debating.
I think Seacrest is older than
Yes,
Lopez.
I think Lopez is. Wait, let me think here.
I think Lopez is older.
I think Lopez is older.
I don't. Yeah.
So are you willing to bet the pay tonight? Friendly wager.
Yeah, sure.
All right, it's a deal. All right, Jesse.
Oh,
Let us know who the winner is, big guy.
All right.
Let's do the ages, maybe.
The age is okay. Well, Ryan Seacrest is 45 years old.
He's young. He's young.
Actually, yeah. He was born in 1974,
He's a
December
baby.
24th.
Yeah.
Just a baby.
And then Lopez is a year older.
Bam.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jesse gets paid.
Lopez was 73. He's
Yes.
47.
He's 73 years old.
I told
He was
you.
born in
Believe that.
73.
I told you. Listen, and Lopez still looks like he's got the body of an 18-year-old.
he
No
still
homo.
looks younger. Yeah.
Yeah, he still does.
Yeah.
What were we watching? You got it dialed in. What am I looking at here?
We can't have the audio, man. It'll mess up the.
Oh.
Yeah,
How do we unaudio?
scrub us.
Is this the remote you're
Oh,
looking
here
for?
you go. Oh, that was that was it. But this worked too.
Yeah. I'm just curious. What were we looking for? I don't remember.
The YG concert at the beginning.
Dude, it was crazy. Oh, at the beginning.
It won't let you see it when you scan though.
Look at Lopez.
Back to, is that like a noose above the ring thing over
It does
here?
look like it. Does.
Damn.
That's microphones.
I was like, is boxing
mics.
way different now?
Oh man, somebody. Who was that NASCAR driver that
Finish
had the
him.
noose? You remember what I'm
I know who
saying?
you're talking about. It said somebody else had put
It turns red.
Just
They got to
you
this.
rip out
They
his
got to the
spine.
cage too, man.
Like I said, it was a culture shock.
See?
I was like, oh, this was like an old man's sport.
Yes. All right, I got to find this guys. But anyway, this dude's straight gangster. Nah, it wasn't him. It was the one before this, right?
After
this.
Lasers rule.
I think.
Yeah, no, like he's performing in front of like a Star Wars Into Darkness set piece.
And here's the crazy part. That dude sucked. I'm gonna be honest.
Star Trek Into Darkness. I'm sorry.
We're just mixing it all up.
I'm doing terrible. Yeah, we're all over the place.
Jake
So
Paul.
you guys didn't.
I'm a nerd. I'm not a geek.
Now,
Right.
I'm not good in the
Here,
pop
look.
culture.
I gotta go ahead and go. Did you guys watch Jake Paul knockout?
No, I didn't watch. I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't watch it as it happened, type of a thing.
Yeah.
That guy can eat my dick. I don't care.
I was going to say Jake's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, he is a decent boxer.
He's a good fighter. Yeah,
I can't say
he's a decent fighter.
Yeah, and I mean he's trained hard. He even went to higher altitudes.
He knows what he's doing.
To train and to hold like his composure in cold water.
I wouldn't.
I
fight
think
him.
I think he came a long way from the first fight. I think he's really taking it seriously. That being said, he got landed the fight with Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yeah, he's gonna get destroyed.
He's getting his ass
Well,
kicked.
who wouldn't get destroyed?
That's true. Everybody's gotten destroyed
They're
by
gonna-
Mayweather.
You know what? They'll get destroyed. Beat my fucking ass. I'll let Floyd I'll fight with one arm, right? Tied behind my back, and let Floyd beat my ass for as long as I can take it to get paid what they're going to
For
get paid.
$100 million, yeah. Fuck yeah.
For $10 million,
I would fight him for
$20
that.
million. Tyson,
For health insurance. I would let that guy beat the shit out of
what do you want?
myself.
I just want health insurance. You know, wait, how many?
Just
How
want to
many
pay the
months?
rent this month, man.
Fucking library card, man. I can't find mine. I just want to be able to read again.
It's all perception, right?
That's all I want.
It's all subjective.
Beat my ass until I can get in the nonfiction section.
Beat the Dewey Decimal System out of me. Do this.
That's hilarious. My shit's on the fritz over here. We'll circle back.
Shit, Fritz.
Well, you do have to consider you're risking CTE, so
That's true, but
you
money
may not be able to
can't-
read the books afterwards.
That's true, but hey, all I have to do is buy them little baby shit you're talking about. I put in my brain.
Oh,
Them little baby shits, and I put them.
nanobots?
I just like suck them up. I just snort them.
Snort them. Yeah. He
And
wants
they-
the snortable version.
How did you compare?
That's how
Nanobots
Dusty
to baby
Cagle
shit.
would. Yeah.
Because they're little. I meant nano means little, and for some reason I'm
Little
like,
baby robots.
little baby robot shit.
That's funny.
Man, just snort the fuck out of them with my money. I'd be like, what am I doing? Remember that hurt. Like that's all I would do.
Could be like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But other than that, I would definitely wear a helmet in there, or definitely put on a fake head that he didn't
That'd be
notice.
hilarious.
He wouldn't know I'm wearing a fake head.
He comes out with a
That'd be
Dusty will come out
hilarious.
with a motorcycle helmet.
Just painted up like my face.
It's just slightly bigger.
I worked on my body, but man, my head ate. I got a big head.
I would definitely
Has
fight in a
Dusty
motorcycle
had
helmet.
like fetal alcohol syndrome the whole time, or like, can you get that later in life?
Nowadays, you can with little baby bots. You just give me a big head.
God damn it. All right, so I did a terrible job. I was like, I'm going to show you guys the fight and the knockout. I can't get this shit to load. It's going to take forever. Neil, did you download it on Fight Network? All right, we'll let Neil work on it. Because I just want you guys to see the knockout.
Oh, the Paul.
Yeah. I want you to watch the knockout because that motherfucker is dead. Like, I know that they say he got up and he's alive, the former NBA player. No, he died in that ring. And it wasn't super skillful, but he goes, yeah, he hit me in the back of the head. No, he hit you in the side of the head, right in the ear. Knocked you out cold.
He definitely had a bad concussion.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, man, he was out for
He even, I
3
think, on an
minutes.
interview said he's like, something I got a concussion.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't prepared for that fight.
No.
Nah.
Well, shit,
Not
man.
at
When
all.
you put like somebody who's not trained as like a,
Yeah.
I mean, you put up somebody like a football player or something or a wrestler.
Put a
against
dude
a
who's
prize fighter.
famous for walking in the Japanese suicide forest and being a dick. Let's
Whoever
put
his-
that guy in a thing.
Whoever his rep is or manager should be fired.
Well, do you remember back in?
Oh, do you mean Business Hitler or show Business Hitler?
No,
That's-
the guy
that's-
that fought
I don't know. I figured
Paul. What's his name?
Jake Paul?
Jake Paul.
I was thinking, yeah, that's his rep. That's his. It's
Just fuck with y'all. Sorry.
Well, do you remember WWF? They had this one competition.
You talking about Butterbean?
Yes, where they brought him in to fight. What's his face?
I remember that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the guy that was supposed to win, they were grooming him to win, to be like the next big deal, didn't win. So the guy that did win, they're like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. You got to fight Butterbean, asshole. And then Butterbean beat the living shit out of him. Butterbean fucked him in front of everybody in the world with his fist. He fisted him to death. And he never got to wrestle hardly ever again.
Oh, ruined his career.
Yeah. I mean, he had to go like to Japan, where obviously nobody in America cares about the wrestling in Japan, even though they're super respecting they should be. But back in the day, who gives a shit? That guy's gone. But that fighting right there ruined a lot of people.
And he kept trying to box after that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he tried. Yeah, very interesting story.
Yeah.
it's weird how I'm like, oh, Butterbean from Jackass the movie.
I remember watching Butterbean on fight nights, and all I wanted. I mean, he was always a good one to bet on, because he was like a strong man who just was really fucking good at boxing.
It's powerful.
And I mean, yeah, to be as big as he was, you wouldn't know it. You know what I mean? Because of how fast and quick he was. You know, it's wild.
No, I was just thinking the other day about how like weirdly old I guess boxing is as a sport. That's probably been a thing in a form of some sort since
the beginning.
Yeah, just people getting two people in a place and they fight. Like that's just
Well, it's a fight with rules.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
I'm fine with that.
I am too. I like boxing better than I do MMA, even though I think it takes definitely more talent to be good at MMA, just because there's so much to incorporate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, but there's something about the rules of boxing I like to watch more. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It used to be really fun to watch on an average, back in the mid to late '90s. Boxing was pretty damn good.
Man, I was actually excited about the Tyson fight. I don't know why. You know what? And good for those guys. They got guaranteed $10 million each, with up to $20 million based on pay-per-views. Good for them. I'm not real happy.
I thought they got 15, or I thought Tyson got 15 million.
Maybe it was.
I think Tyson got paid more because he's older,
He also set it up.
and that too.
Well, I think maybe he's factoring in because he owned part of the fight.
Yeah.
He owned part of the thing. Maybe that's what it is.
Right.
But either way, good for them, right? I don't like, if you notice, there's a 95% body shots, right? You know, and there was this whole thing where they didn't want them going for a knockout, and they originally said no headshots, right? There was this whole thing, and then the headgear and all that. So they got the headgear gone. They would limit headshots. I don't like that part. I wish, because you know what, the guy who Tyson was fighting against supposedly checked in with bruising to his ribs and stuff to the hospital. So legitimately, those punches hurt, and he said on live TV they hurt, right? So I wish he'd had the gloves taken off, right, and he would have been able to do the headshots, because I'm like, wouldn't it have been awesome to see him knock him out?
yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, that was the YG.
Yeah, so this is why. Now look, you see all the red? Like they're talking. I mean, it's straight gangster rap. Like, you know.
It's all about being a blood.
Yeah, man.
It almost looks like a music video on PS1.
It looks awesome. It's really
No,
good.
man, it was.
when it's right there, right there.
Well, this is really low.
No, it looks
Look,
great.
Dude,
but
they're
I'm saying,
he's
like,
throwing
the
gang
background.
symbols, all kinds of stuff during this whole thing, right? And they timed it.
This
Snoop,
is low res though, but
Yeah.
it was
Snoop doesn't come on till later. He doesn't even arrive on the set till later. I think that they timed it right. It was like a collaborative event, right? And they timed it, and they didn't have everybody on the set at the same time. But it was straight. Neil was literally messaging me while I was going on, and I was thinking the same thing at the same time. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But,
Yeah.
There was another rapper that didn't show up, too. But, yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. So,
No, I
yeah.
think that's really neat.
This
Who
was
knows?
Snoop's performance.
Yeah.
Well, I like having more than just like your regular
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill boxing matches.
Look, here you go.
That's Snoop's performance.
Damn.
The Crips. Yeah.
Yeah, see the blue?
And then the red.
Well, he's all blue. But
Well, yeah, that's how I remember it back.
I actually
back in the
thought
day.
Snoop did a great job, because Snoop's old as fuck, right? I think Snoop did a great job, and he actually was one of the I guess you call him one of the moderators or commentators, whatever. And I think he did a good
he's a
job.
very likable
actually.
dude. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought his moderating was good too.
He's funny. He's funny.
What I've seen.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. Actually, I like him a
I
lot.
mean, he's got to be like in his 60s now, right?
I was actually in a movie that he's in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Soul Plane.
That horror movie. I worked
That
on.
would be hilarious.
No.
No,
Has
that
it come out
It
yet?
hasn't come out yet. It was supposed to come out.
I was gonna say, are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in
Okay.
2020, but COVID messed it up. But,
Yeah.
It was going to have a limited theatrical release, but
Okay.
it's called Blood Pageant.
All right.
I think
It's
I
like
heard
a
of it.
B
Oh, it's
horror
because you told
movie.
me. I think.
Yeah. But it filmed in L.A., and but he's in it. Yeah. I'm not sure how much I can say about it, but he's in it.
Okay. Cool. Did you?
I didn't get to meet him.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there I think the week after I was there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll tell you something funny. Sorry, Chris. Love you, my little brother. We were in Vegas, and my brother. Oh, how much I should say? So anyway, we had a really good trip. My mom watches this. We had a really good trip, and we met like one of the lead singers of the Boys and Men playing poker and stuff. And my brother, we ended up hanging
Boys
out.
to Men?
Yeah, Boys to Men. Yeah.
I think you said Boys in Men.
Yeah, Boys
For a
in
second.
That was happening. That was happening too. I just wasn't involved.
I was like, question.
You're like, what? What the fuck did he say?
That was the Catholic experience.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't a singer. He was
You know
a
that there's
priest.
Christian rock. This is Catholic rock.
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Sorry.
Learn your lessons, my son. But so my brother is like hanging out. We're talking with him. We ended up in the Playboy Bunny casino at the Palms, and we're hanging out and we're having a good time. And I'm like looking around and like Snoop is there. My brother Chris, my younger brother, is hanging out, and so we're doing what Snoop does. And my brother smokes with Snoop, which I thought was fucking awesome. And this was like a badass fucking trip. I actually met I'm gonna feel so bad I can't remember his name. Hold on. He was in like Street Fighter, Joanna Man.
Oh, that guy, the 7-Up dude.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, God, now
That's all you need to know. 7-Up dude.
He's gonna watch this now, and he's so nice too, man.
Omar Epps.
What the fuck is his name?
Isn't it Epps?
I know who you're talking about.
It ain't Omar Epps.
It's
7-Up
Miguel
dude.
Nunez. Miguel, I promise, look at my phone. I did not look it up. I remembered it. Sorry, fucker. Anyway, Miguel's been cool because every Christmas he sends me like a little thing. Anyway, so I also met Miguel Nunez, who was in he was lead actor in Joanna Man.
He's in like a horror movie.
Evolution.
He was in Street Fighter. The Street Fighter.
Yeah.
He was like the second in command in Street Fighter.
That was him too.
Van Damme movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the Street Fighter. I just forget that was him.
Yes, Miguel Nunez. So check out Miguel Nunez. But anyway, so I met Miguel.
A different person.
Yeah.
Orlando Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking about somebody different. Yeah.
You're being racist.
Oh, yeah, he's been in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Miguel's in a ton of.
People looking exactly.
No, they
what
actually
the
they
fucking
do
say.
genuinely look
should throw
very
Miguel.
similar.
Let's throw Miguel up there so they know who I'm talking about. There, as soon as they see him, they're gonna
Now I know who you talk about
Yeah.
when you said Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But when you said Joanna Man, I could have swore Joanna Man was the 7-Up guy.
No. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He was in Evolution.
Yes.
The 7-Up guy was.
That's correct. Yeah, that's a different guy.
Okay.
So anyway, Miguel, I ran into Miguel. Me and Miguel, and I'll be straight with you. Like I recognize him, but I was having a good time. I play a lot of poker. I was in the zone. I ended up buying him a couple of drinks. We're just hanging out, chatting, right? And the drinks are free at the casino, just for all you guys out there listening. So I bought him a few drinks. So I just want to clarify there. But
he was in Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So anyway, having a blast, and I look up, and my brother is fucking chilling with Snoop Dogg, and they smoked weed, they hung out. It was like this night was fucking awesome, and it wasn't by design. We were just there.
It's good timing.
It was great. It was perfect timing, and like all the stars lined up. But anyway, it's one of my claims to fame. My brother says that they treated him really nice. Man, it was like just laid back, really nice guy. Like I thought it was pretty cool.
No.
But anyway, when you were talking about Snoop, and everybody's talking about him, I was like, I actually have an interesting story.
No, that's phenomenal.
No,
Yeah.
that Snoop's really cool.
Yeah, my friend Gene said he was awesome. So
Yeah.
when Gene was one of the producers on that film, and he said that when he showed up, he came out, and did his stuff, hung out, was nice to everybody. It was really cool.
I want to meet Snoop Dogg and ask him what Martha Stewart's like. That's just like a real ball buster. Like, hi, what's Martha Stewart like? She
Yeah.
cool?
I want to ask him why there wasn't a Soul Plane 3.
Yeah.
The world's waiting. The world's waiting. And what's cool about some celebrities, like people like that, and people some of them that we met, some of them are cool.
Yeah.
Some of them that aren't even that famous anymore are complete dicks.
That's true.
Oh.
And a good reason is because they're not famous anymore.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
unhappy.
And at cons, like me
Do you have a
and
story behind this? Yeah.
well, we got a few stories. I know you got a couple. I know I got a few.
I
as well.
weirded out Alice Cooper one time, I think.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, well,
How do you do that?
I was
That's
so he was like a guest at the con we were at. It was Louisville. It must have been like Louisville or something.
Yeah, it was.
And pre this, like I saw one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. You know how he's like a born again Christian?
Yeah.
that
fucks
Really?
me a little bit.
Yeah, he was
I didn't
so
know that.
evil and dark. Yeah,
I know,
He quit drinking and became a born again Christian.
Yeah.
But someone asked, it was like a Q&A, and someone asked him about his faith or whatever. And he just started quoting scripture, and people were losing their shit.
Does that mean
And
he's extraordinarily bipolar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was like, whatever, Levitica, what I don't know the Bible. He was like, And then people were like getting up and like putting their hands in the air and like, this is like the weirdest church I've ever been to. This is crazy. But I went through his line and I was just like, hey, I just want to say, hey, I don't have anything for him to sign. I don't have like $60 to drop on something like that.
Was he charging $60 to sign it?
It was like $40 for a signature, I want to
They
say.
make bank.
But like for a picture, like a signed picture or like a picture with him, I think it was like $60 or something.
Yeah.
And I just was like, because like genuinely, like as a performer, I'm like, dude, you were like the apex of
I love his
performance
music.
for
Yeah.
me. I mean, yeah, like his music's great, especially his early stuff, and then like his stage show is phenomenal. And I was like, you're like I was like, Ballad of Dwight Fry is my mental illness anthem when I'm sad. That is like my shit. And B, like as a performer, like, yeah, like what I just said, like you're the best. I wish I could just end every one of my sets by killing myself.
I have a problem with these guys charging people to take pictures with them, though, because the fans are what made them successful.
I agree.
And it's what makes them still successful, buying their
I
music.
see
I have
that.
some insight on that. Like, there's a lot of those guys who actually they don't make money. I mean, Alice Cooper is sort of one of the side
Yeah, their
ones.
label may be getting the money.
But there's several actors who aren't making that much, and that's how they pay their bills, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Some of them with $20 photographs.
I
and
think
stuff
Richard
like that.
Dreyfuss was there.
I felt the same way about that, too.
Maybe do a
but then-
donation.
No.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
then
was
it's
at one of
like
those weekends.
some guy like, Vernon Wells,
fucking Richard.
he's just there. No one really knows who he
Mr.
is.
Holland's
I know who
Opus.
he is.
I know Vernon is. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
No.
I met him there. And
Well,
then
he
was
was
I don't know,
Piranha.
like,
Yeah,
you
And
know.
he didn't
but
have
yeah.
a
right,
he
right.
didn't
That's
have a
fucking awesome.
line or anything.
But,
Yeah,
But
like
Vernon
Rich-
Wells
yeah.
isn't Alice
He
Cooper.
wasn't
it's
piranha.
a little different.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper, actually,
talk
I
about
was thinking
this
that was cheap.
later.
Alice Cooper, I was like, why aren't you like $250? That's
Yeah.
what they charge.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
But he had a nice handshake. No, I was like telling him, like, yeah, like I think Richard
Nice
he
handshake.
had a nice
You
handshake.
get a handshake for free too. You
Yeah,
ever
I
talk
was
to him,
like,
he didn't think you were weird. He thought you were cheap.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah. I shook his hand. I talked to him. I was polite with him. I spoke with him.
he-
I got to meet him, and he wouldn't buy a
possibly
picture.
Suicidal. I don't
Yeah.
know. Clearly didn't have any money.
Hey, when he shook his hand, he was rubbing his hand. He was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's a nice handshake.
Did you do the
got
thing with
there.
a finger? I do that sometimes to my wife. She doesn't like it. Where you know where you rub a
You
hand.
shake hand. I was like,
Yeah.
you shake your wife's hand a lot.
Yeah, you like grab her and you just
Well,
do
you
a
have
little-
to be sure that there's consent. It's consent. It's
Yes.
consensual.
Yeah,
So you shake on it.
Yeah.
Shake.
We get to
Yeah.
this.
Now
Well-
we become biblical.
Well, listen. When I've got her taped up and on her belly and her hands are behind her back, there's not but so many things I can grab. I'm still overweight. I can't reach around all the way and grab the boobs anymore. So I just play with her hand a little
she's
bit.
in that position, and also you do the hand thing.
Yeah,
which
man.
seems
Well, it's
one step
comforting. I
over.
think she
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever try it, just give her a little rub on the inside of the palm, and she knows you care.
A little hand job. That's what they
Yeah.
call them on the streets. The,
Oh, I'm getting in trouble after this one.
one of the
She won't make it this far into the episode.
That's
so
true.
sorry.
That's true. She stopped watching about halfway through the season, so we're
Yeah.
good.
I think one of the funniest encounters we've had with people. We were at Fayetteville Con last year, and must I just say that place really fucked us over. All right, okay. We gave them like 100 shows to fucking work with. Not 100, but plenty. At least 20. different
Genuinely, like 30 to 40.
good shows
different show
that
ideas.
we can personally produce and make and do and all this shit, fun shit. So they give us a stand-up showcase. Fine, whatever. That's not bad. Well, they give it to us on a Sunday at 9 in the morning.
Oh, Jesus.
And the place opens at 9
I think it might.
in the
To be fair, I think it might have been 10:30 in the morning, which is still bananas.
On a
but
Sunday.
but the doors literally open 20 minutes before our show.
Yeah.
So that means like
It must have
people
been
show
9:30,
up,
I don't
have
know.
no time to look at the vendors, and they're like, "Oh, there's a show. Let's do a show." Either way, they fucked us over.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a green room that I had found by accident, like one of those rooms you find in
Oh,
Zelda
dude,
by
when
accident.
we ate all that chicken Alfredo,
Dude,
yeah,
we ate
dude.
the shit out of that food. And I'll tell you why, because fuck them. Because Reid was like, can we have this food? I said, who gives a shit? I said, what are they going to do? Tell us we can't have a show at Sunday morning at 10? Like, wow. Jeez Louise, I don't get to drive 3 hours for 2 fucking people?
You guys lost your coveted spot.
So we're eating the shit
It's
out
like
of
you and Joel Olstein.
Yeah.
have this spot.
We're eating the shit out of like fucking brownies and all this shit that they had. And in walks right behind me Arn Anderson. And I'm a big wrestling fan. And I'm just like, I was like, if Arn found out that I've been untruthful,
Oh, dude.
he'd hurt me.
There were so many foldable chairs in that room. That's
There were
like all
so
they had.
many. But he was so cool. I was like, Mr. Anderson, I love you. And I just walk away. I've done the same thing to Tom Savini. I saw Tom Savini.
Oh, dude, I bombed in front of Tom Savini that time. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were right there out front. Once again, Fayetteville Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why do you keep doing it?
Well,
I'm kind of over it.
Our last year,
Honestly,
the one I just told you, not just that, but the last one, the 1030 was the last one.
I will be very honest with you. It's because Mark Dodson told me good set one time. And I was like, oh, the voice of the Gremlins and also Salacious B. Crumb from Star Wars thinks I'm funny. This is cool.
Because it was fun there for a little bit, but when we had...
But Dusty's like, these guys fucked us over. And the next year?
I keep coming back. I like being hurt, but no. The last year, the one I said where they did that was the last year. The one he's talking about is the year before then, because we had a show in a room, and it was good. It was a pretty decent show. We had plenty of people. And then the second time, they're like, you know what? You're going to do a show right in front of everybody.
It was
right
like the
here
after party. It was like an after party for the con because it was at a bar.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Did I bomb in front of Tom Savini twice?
You may have.
Fuck, dude.
I just creeped up behind him while he was walking. I was like, I love you, Tom. And he just gave me a weird look, and I was like,
You like rubbed his neck?
I was like, gotcha.
It's like, Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
Because we see all kinds of...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He did makeup on like the first couple, Friday the 13th.
He was the creator of
From
Young
Dusk Till
Jason.
Dawn is a great movie.
It's probably my favorite George Clooney.
Oh yeah,
Awesome
and he's
movie.
He's the one with the dick gun.
The dick gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I saw that movie the first time, what year did that come out? It was like,
Probably 92, 93, 94.
I was young. Yeah. I didn't realize, me and my buddy didn't realize it was a vampire movie.
Oh yeah, because that's how it starts
We
out.
thought-
You don't realize.
Yeah, we thought it was just, we didn't know anything about the movie when we started watching it. And all of a sudden, it like starts out like a sort of an action type movie.
Yeah, like two killer brothers.
Yeah.
You know,
Really cool. Like
kidnapping
yeah,
a
crime.
You've seen the remake.
And
to
then
this,
there's
probably.
there's
There's like a
I'm
TV show.
Whoa,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
not what I expected
oh,
at
total
all.
switch up.
Yeah,
Total
it was amazing.
switch up.
I love the screenplay.
Oh, it was fun. Out of
Harvey Keitel's great in it.
the movie was crazy. It was
Cheech,
all over the place.
that role that Cheech Marin plays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
We're just talking about all the pussies.
Oh,
Yeah. If you can find
was
it
that
better,
Cheech?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
I didn't
Cheech
realize
Marin.
that.
Yeah, he's like, if you can do better, then fuck it. You know? So funny. Yeah, it was just a good movie, and it was one of the first times that I realized. Like,
When I saw that scene, I was a kid. I was like, these guys are definitely getting diseases in this place.
yeah, I was like, man, Tarantino likes feet. I wonder if anybody else knows that. And it became like a known fact. But that was a good ass movie. I've seen the voice actor of Mario for at least the past 30, maybe 30, 40 years.
Yeah, he was hanging out.
Especially right there at a trash can.
Yeah,
They put his like his desk right
booth or
beside
whatever.
the trash can where there was just shit hanging out, and I was like, because we were talking about money or something like that by the trash can. I was like, dude, I said, there's fucking Mario. I was like, how sad is it they put Mario by the trash cans? And he's like taking pictures. He's like, it's me, Mario, by a trash can.
Yeah.
Like,
he just jumps in it and uses it like a pipe. Like,
yeah, he just
vanishes into
like,
the trash can.
I was like, why would you put this guy right here? He's higher priority in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, goddamn it.
Yeah, like it was like right. It was either before or after I met Alice Cooper. I met Kevin Conroy, who's the voice of Batman from Batman the Animated Series, and I like came in my pants so hard. I didn't even know what to say to him. I was just like, "Hey, man, you're a fucking Batman." I was just like, "You are Batman." Like, there's man. I bombed in front of Tom Savini twice. And the voice of Goldar. The voice of Goldar from the Power Rangers.
How did you bomb? Because your stuff's... I mean,
It was like the after party we were at. It was like this bar that had two different levels to it, like an open space on the second floor. It was just like a gnarly bar. It was like people were not
Feeling it.
So
expecting
it wasn't
at
the people
all.
from the Comic-Con.
Well, some, yeah.
Some they
Yeah.
were upstairs, and then it was just people who this is like their bar in Fayetteville, like on this, like
it's like Westerwood,
the floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Like you're just talking to yourself.
Yeah, type of a deal.
It's a good place to go have a tough experience.
Yeah, but not when you're expecting to have a great fucking experience.
I had a good set there one time, though.
Oh, I've had good sets at West, but I'm saying like after a big show,
shows.
like at like a con or something like that, and everybody in town's kind of up on it, you know. Well, everybody that's around it, you expect to be around like-minded people and have the same type of good experiences, and they're not all like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a bad show where Joey Fatone stood up and walked away. Oh
yeah, Joey Fatone was in that show, right?
Yeah, I had a show and a guy got up and walked away, and it was fucking Joey Fatone. And I'm like doing my set, and I'm like, oh my God, is that Joey fucking Fatone? I was like, I guess we weren't Backstreet Boys. I got it wrong on purpose, but anyway, NSYNC. He it's just in my head. I was like, maybe this is my chance to work for the Impractical Jokers. They're looking for a fourth, younger, balder, Impractical Joker, and it should have been me.
You're the most practical Joker.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The practical jokers.
The practical jokers.
They're just practical. Like, hey, you see that dog? No, there's no dog. Like,
well, what's a practical joke? Would it be like helpful or something?
That's
be
what
like,
I'm saying.
oh, did you see how you're not deaf anymore? Gotcha.
You're welcome.
Like I cured your deafness.
That's it.
For only a penny. Oh shit! They remade this, man. Or they did a continue. I'm telling
There's
you,
a series of this.
It was
Out
like
now.
yeah, it's
TV
fucking.
series,
I actually enjoyed it thoroughly.
I haven't seen it.
Well, there's a not Dawn. There's a Dust Till Dawn 2.
I haven't seen it.
You ain't missing nothing. And
I
I
didn't
think
think
there's
so.
a 3, but it had something to do with like Dracula, and
But those are not the same movie, though.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think they're even done.
Those are
close
just
by the
trying
same
to see
people.
if
What's
they can
his
get a little
name?
more money out of
Quentin
it.
Tarantino.
Tarantino, not him. The other. Sorry, the.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin.
No, not Cheech.
You may want to cut
George
the sound
Clooney?
down.
George Clooney.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
Clooney.
Well, he sold his tequila business.
You're
Made
not
$1
a
billion.
fan?
So he's
Him
done
and
that.
his friend.
How many times are you gonna wreck a plane? First of all, but yeah, I got you.
No, and I'm honest. Not that it's like this and Confessions of a Dangerous Mind or whatever, and I'm like, that's my Clooney movies.
Yeah.
That's because I still haven't forgiven him for Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Even I think he publicly apologized for that. I think he was like, "I'm sorry
for making a movie too good." Is that what you're trying to say?
Some people liked it.
Yeah, I know I did.
No,
And
honestly,
I loved it.
I think I'm in a place where I like Batman and Robin more than Batman Forever. Because like I feel like Batman
What?
Forever, it's like half-assing this goofiness. It's like still trying to hold on to this Tim Burtoniness. But then Batman and Robin is just fucking terribly bad.
Now,
It's
Batman and
just
Robin,
like-
that's the one with Arnold, right?
yeah. You're like, this guy is the leading cryogenic scientist in the world. And he's like, this is the time of the Ice Age. Like, yeah, it's fucking insane. Like, he's the smartest person.
Actually, Arnold's a smart dude.
Yeah.
He is.
No.
Yeah, Reid.
Sorry.
I met Arnold
You
one time.
dick.
Really? I would love to meet him. I bet he's super cool.
Super cool guy.
He
man.
can talk
Very
about
intelligent
ice
dude.
for days.
I liked those videos he was doing with his like donkeys.
Yeah,
Or he has
that
like
was-
those little donkeys during
Yes.
quarantine. He's like, all right, you like one of them whiskey. I think he like named one of his donkeys whiskey.
Yeah, one is whiskey.
Yeah.
What's the other? The other one's I hate that I can't remember this.
I
I
didn't
know.
care.
Is
So
Is
I
it
didn't
like?
remember.
Is it like a? It's like a. I don't know if it's like a vegetable. He's like zucchini and whiskey. My donkeys,
look
whiskey, zucchini,
Cucumber?
radish.
My favorite Batman is the one where Val Kilmer stands up at the circus one time and he's like, "I'm Batman," and nobody listens to him, and he sits back down and he's like, "Okay."
That was his best shit. Because like that's the whole thing. It's like Two-Face is like, well, if you don't tell me who Batman is, then I'm gonna kill all these people. And like it's mass hysteria, and he's like, I'm Batman.
He's just, "I'm Batman." Like, to save some carnies? That was the reason he'd give up who he was? To save up some people that had literally sold their souls to the circus? He's got bigger fish to fry. There's too many circuses going on.
Lulu and whiskey.
Lulu.
Yeah. Lulu
How did you
whiskey.
remember that?
I looked.
Oh, you
it
looked it up. Okay.
I did.
It's like,
I was holding it. I was sitting here. I
how
was
did
waiting
that
my
make it into
turn.
the priority file?
I don't know. I was like, I'm waiting for my spot. Lulu. No, I think that's kind of fucking awesome. I think he's probably got some shit going on up there.
Oh,
He's riding
yeah.
that goddamn bicycle around middle of COVID time, and he's petting his donkeys.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. They're in his house, eating off his table, eating off his plate. That's a little weird. So
Would he be in like a CTE? Nah, he didn't really have like a lot of contact stuff.
Oh, he's pretty
really.
healthy. Yeah.
I don't know. Him and goddamn Stallone used to, fake go at it on TV. Maybe Stallone hit him once or twice.
Stallone
is way smaller than him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Stallone got hurt real bad a couple of times during the Rocky movies,
Yeah.
especially with Dolph Lundgren, because he told him to go at him.
Well, he's in his 70s.
Well, he is now.
Yeah.
But I mean, back in part
Him
4.
swinging at somebody is going to hurt him.
Oh, definitely nowadays.
He's going to hurt something.
Yeah. Well, and his head has just, like a lot of celebrities, his head has just gotten bigger.
Well, he broke a bunch of bones in the first.
Well, everything keeps growing in your face and stuff.
Expendables movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He did this crazy thing and he broke everything.
And
I've noticed that he's gotten more stiff, and I think he's got a scar on his neck from
He's
from
probably
that.
some surgeries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, maybe somebody else should do some of your stunts. Bro.
Yeah, you don't have to do this.
Yeah, you got money.
yeah.
You've proven yourself.
He's gonna like go back
Take
to
it
doing
easy.
porn again at 70s.
That will not be successful.
I got to tell you, man, throwback to Raymond will never watch this, but if you do, Raymond, this is for you. I was like 16, 17 years old, and I remember Raymond showing me Arnold in a because Arnold was a ladies' man. So Raymond was, you remember Raymond getting he was getting into bodybuilding, so he idealized Arnold, and it was Arnold like his flirting and knocking down these girls and stuff. So I don't know, which one do you think? You think Arnold got more pussy, or you think Sylvester Stallone did?
But definitely Arnold.
Arnold for sure.
I would say Arnold. He's if we're talking in America.
In America, yeah.
Well, he was more handsome too. Like he just had a good look. If you look at his pictures or watch like or look at some of his early pictures when he's like 20,
Yeah.
early 20s.
Like fresh out of Austria type of stuff. He had the hair.
Just moved to California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that the son with a maid looks more like him than the other children. Mm-hmm. Just a side note there.
That's true.
I don't know. Patrick, the oldest son, looks a lot like him.
He's fat.
And as he gets old, no, he's the skinny one.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's a good actor too.
What? It's his daughter is married to Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I met his son. His sons are really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Which one?
Both of them.
Ah.
Cool.
Yeah. But the oldest one looks more like him as he gets older.
Ah.
I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger's been hotter than in Total Recall when he's like, his face is gonna explode.
Well, you know that's
Is that her popping the fuck
his
out?
tongue's like yeah.
I actually thoroughly enjoy that movie. I don't know why, but
love
I watch
Total
it.
Recall.
I love it, and
It's
it's
a great movie.
But
I still watch it.
I wonder how many movies that soundbite it actually works in. Like
Oh, dude.
it's like all the movies.
I just saw the visual of that scene, and I'm like, and I literally watched this like 4 months ago.
We need to make a compilation of Arnold just doing
Yeah.
that.
Did you ever see the remake? Because didn't they remake Total Recall?
Yeah, they
Yeah, it's
did.
good.
Yeah.
It's actually really
It's
good.
good.
Yeah.
It's really
I
good.
mean,
It was.
it's good, but the only reason I don't like it, a part of it I don't like, is that they totally
Well, it's a different story.
Well, actually, it's linear. It's
It
the
makes
same
more
story.
sense than the original.
No, that's true. But what they do, they reference the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
And they mention that it was all in his head, which is fine because at the end of the first one, we see a blue sky on Mars, which is not possible. So there
Right.
is a good chance it was in his head. But I kind of like that kind of not knowing.
Well, no, they at the end of the first one, that was the whole point, is that this alien, or these aliens from these ancient aliens,
We're creating something to create oxygen on
yeah.
the
Well,
planet.
they had in that movie, the core of Mars was ice, or there was a big layer of ice underneath the surface of Mars, they created this machine to melt the ice to create an atmosphere, which is bullshit anyway. But
to make oxygen,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be blue
well, the sky would be blue if there's an atmosphere.
anywhere.
Well, there'd have to be water on the planet.
Yeah.
So it had to be
Because
blue.
is the blue a reflection of
The
what-
atmosphere reflects on Earth. The
Yeah.
blue is from the reflection of the oceans.
ever
So
since
why
I
would
was
there
a
be
child.
blue on Mars?
Well, there'd have to be water, but there would be water if they melted all the ice. There would-
But it would be in the core, right? Around
well,
the
it
core.
would come out, right? Wouldn't the surface because there used to be rivers and oceans on Mars, right?
Well, I know they have
Sorry.
the biggest canyon, like the Grand Canyon.
I'm drunk, man. So
No, that's fine. But I do.
We're solving real shit here.
this is really.
But the biggest deal, I don't believe there would be a blue sky on Mars.
Like, it's like-
unless there was, like
Unless
you said,
there were
water.
oceans,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But
Otherwise,
even-
it would be red. or
But
whatever.
even so, I think the red would probably make the water look red
I just think
if
Jesse,
it's clear, right?
your
No,
production
it
talent.
depends
I don't know.
on how much
Yeah, I
there
really
is,
don't
yeah.
know.
Jesse,
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know. I have
can
no
you
idea.
superimpose real quick, like in this? I don't know how hard this would be for you, but right as we're talking about, we do like can you like impose like a 4-second clip of that? You think you can just drop that in there in the thing? What do you think?
Is that copyrighted?
Are we allowed to do that?
I mean, it's totally copyrighted. It just depends. I know, like, a buddy of mine did a video called Fartzenegger, which is just all it's all these shots of like when he's straining and stuff, and then they have like a fart sound in it. It's like
Can
20,
we
30
play
farts. I'm not sure. but-
I think we can play it if we tag him in it. If you can put like a
Right.
link to it, what it plays.
yeah.
I don't know. I think just that right there at the end would
That's
just
funny.
be awesome. I agree. I really like Total Recall. They did remake it. I don't know, man. Some of these like
Have you seen the remake?
I did. Yeah.
Are there any like
was fun.
space prostitutes with 3 breasts?
Yes.
in it?
Yeah, that
Okay,
did
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It's
then I'm down.
basically it's a very similar
It is.
screenplay, but I mean I like the first one the best because it's Arnold and it's a classic.
Yeah.
Classic
But the
movie.
second
classic.
one is actually it's a more well written screenplay.
It is.
Paul-
It is. But I still like the first one better. I don't know why.
It's
Well, I think
what's
the
his name?
technology makes more sense than the second one too, but it's newer, so they
Yeah.
had more of an idea of how
Right.
that would work.
It's better than the RoboCop remake.
I haven't seen that.
See, because
When is good?
RoboCop is
When
like
is
in my
good?
top 10, dude.
I haven't
It's
seen
Paul
the-
Van Hoven. Is
I
that
didn't-
his name?
I wasn't happy with
It's the guy
road.
who directed
Verhoeven.
RoboCop
Verhoeven.
and
Yeah.
Verhoeven
Oh.
and Total Recall
Did you guys watch
and like
the,
Space
Basic
Starship
Instinct
Troopers.
and Basic
Starship
Instinct.
Troopers
Yeah,
is great.
I always thought Basic Instinct was such a wild card in
Yeah.
his like filmography.
It
He's like,
was.
I'm gonna do Total Recall and RoboCop.
all sci-fi
And-
except
and
for
then-
this one?
And then yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna try something new this time.
Star Troopers is all. I think the first one was good.
Starship
Yeah.
Troopers.
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Really good, yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess my movies up here. You remember the scene in the tent where he's fucking the girl that's had the
Right.
crush on the whole time? That.
Right.
Hey, sorry, honey. This is pre you. I beat off to that scene. I don't know how many times. Seriously, like
was like Denise Richards.
yeah, like
Yeah.
13 years old. I was just like, oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Sorry.
Well, that was Pornhub of the '90s.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
what you had on TV.
3-minute
yeah.
sections
man.
of movies.
Yes. You'd get up and rewind the VCR. Oh, I gotta get.
And I remember my first like movie boobs. It was Commando.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That part in Commando where he throws that dude through the hotel wall,
Yeah,
and then it's just,
Yeah.
just a real big tittied lady on the other side of it.
So Reed's
Like that's how I. Yeah,
pause. Kleenexes.
yeah I'm like real weird about just sheetrock. Kind of fucks with. I get erections around sheetrock, and like like construction sites where they're breaking down
I thought you
walls. I
called-
get aroused. I don't know what it is.
I thought you said she rocks. That's what you call tits. Is she rocks?
Yeah. Ooh.
And she got she rocks. Like,
It's when they're hard.
Big old
I
sheetrock.
guess so. We're such men.
Yes.
Boys will be boys. Jesus.
Yeah, it's just 5 dudes in a room calling boobs sheetrocks.
She rocks. Hey, this is what you're doing is, you see, I think you were married by that, because when you're married and you come up with code words like she rocks so that you don't offend your wife while you're talking about it with your buddy in front of her. You're thinking ahead, so there's a tip for you. Did you see her she rocks? Your wife
See
would be
those
like,
she
what,
rocks?
what you say?
Sheetrocks.
Yeah, I guess she works in construction.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like Super Troopers. What do you think about that meow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Right, meow.
code language.
Meow.
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 She rocks.
I'll tell you one, and I'm going to give up one, so I'm going to tell on myself. But me and my buddies, early on in my relationship with my wife, if we saw like a girl with tits on display, we'd say, "Did you see Todd? Did you see Todd?" And my boy would be like, "Oh yeah, I saw Todd." I'd be like, "Yeah, I hadn't seen him in forever." But that was tits on display. You know, that was like, "Hey, check those out," right?
But like you weren't like in the same place for like times when there were other tits on, and you'd have to be like, "I saw Todd again."
Yeah,
like you have to.
Yeah, no, it happened. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, Todd's a real." You'd say something about Todd, basically. "Hey, did you see Todd?" You know, just basically the whole night. You'd be like, "Man," my wife would be like, "You guys talked about Todd a lot last night." You know, like
Todd likes pho.
yeah.
Todd's favorite spot was right over where I'm looking. God rest his soul. I saw Todd's ghost over there.
Todd, man, Todd was a good guy.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Good dude.
I'm getting in trouble for that one. I hope she stopped watching.
That's funny. You better stop talking about Todd.
Yeah, God damn it.
She's like, "You've been talking about Todd for 15 years."
Yeah.
Usually when I talked about Todd around my wife, she was like, "You're talking about the creator of Spawn again, right?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm talking about Todd McFarlane."
Todd McFarlane. Yeah.
I'm not, it was a lot. I was angry. I was.
Let's dive into that. Spot. I got to tell you too. There's a glitch on my Apple TV. I paid $13.99 for Spawn because this is a while back, and it was broke for 2 goddamn years. First of all, it didn't work.
Like the movie Spawn broke your TV.
No, the TV was fine.
It broke my heart.
It broke. Yeah, I don't know why, but Apple convinced me to spend. I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Spawn in forever.
It's like on Netflix all the time.
No, this is years ago. This is years ago.
Okay.
So I bought it for $13. I remember this for $13.99. I bought it on Apple TV. It was right after. I mean, it wasn't Apple TV hadn't been out long. And I'm like, and I went to watch it, and it wasn't Spawn that played. It was somebody fucking with me, right? And so I went through this long battle for like 7 months trying to contact Apple, and long story short, it was eventually fixed. I watched it. I was disappointed. I spent $13.99 plus 6 or 7 months worth of calling in and bitching because what was downloaded was not Spawn, even though it had the picture of Spawn.
Was it Darkman? Did they sell you Darkman?
That would be better than Spawn.
Yeah.
So
It was just fucking elephant like the whole movie.
We figured you wouldn't tell the difference between your burned protagonists.
It doesn't matter. Spawn is so bad. You can just put anything in there.
it was terrible.
Just hit the random movie button.
The Hispanic guy that plays the clown.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
He was probably the better part of
That was the
movie,
only part that was
John
great. I was gonna say he
Leguizamo.
saved it. Yeah.
He was a fun character.
Was he the clown?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
clown, yeah. Not
that-
the
that
vibrator.
You
That
know,
was-
he
that
fixed
was
his
such
teeth,
a-
by the way. And all of his new shit, his teeth's fixed. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's like
fuck, man?
Renee Zellweger. She fixed her eyes. Oh my gosh, her eyes were like the best part.
Yeah.
Like,
She fixed
that
them
made
back,
her.
though.
Oh, she did.
I think so.
Oh, good. It's like
You can fix your eyes, then fix them back or unfix them. That's
what money does for you.
Jeez.
But Spawn though was like such a great comic book, and like the figures were so amazing.
Let's be honest about the writing of the first couple issues.
Well,
Todd McFarlane, great artist.
okay, that's such a great idea. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
art was amazing, but the movie was just so terrible.
Totally.
It's awful.
Well,
It was like Michael Sheen's really shitty character.
Yeah, it was. He
bad.
didn't help. I
And
think.
the bad special effects.
Yeah.
The worst.
Well, you got to think. It's at the time that it came out. There wasn't a ton of comic book movies that had been out too much that were. Give it. I know, like maybe a Batman movie might be somewhat harder
They should
to
have
write.
before
but
the special effects scenes. They should have just stopped the movie and we went to a black screen. And said, "Use your imagination," and then just read did it have a voiceover?
Yeah.
True.
Tell us what's happening.
Instead of like that big hairy thing that's supposed to be like a
The
demon.
devil.
Satan, yeah.
Like
Big fake Satan.
Yeah.
Like a sun. What are you? I don't know. Like meat. Like windows that are on top. Whenever he breaks through and his like capes all.
Or
like,
just something like they did in Constantine, where it's that weird
Yes.
looking dude who's in
Constantine
Nacho
was
Libre.
awesome.
Yeah, I loved fucking
Great movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But Spawn, it's earlier on, and you got to think like I was trying to say, like a Batman movie may be harder to write in some ways, but if we're talking like graphically, can't be that fucking hard. All you need is somebody's kid's dying and he happens to be rich. Boom, you're good. We're talking about a motherfucker that has to go to hell, talk to Satan, get all the shit going, and he comes back to Earth. Like, that's pretty hard to put on a screen,
Well,
in my opinion.
You can do it though.
Well, that's true. I mean, there's been movies like Legend that gave like a really nice looking underworld look.
Legend's awesome,
dude.
Yeah.
I
love that movie,
fucking
man.
love Legend.
I watched that movie when I was
seen
8
Legend.
on VHS.
Yeah. Oh, I watched
Such a
it
good
and
movie,
watched
man.
it and watched it.
Yeah, I've watched it a ton of times.
It's easily probably my favorite. Definitely in my top 5 favorite movies.
My
of all
favorite
time.
movie is E.T. because it was the first movie I saw in the drive-in theater with my parents that I remember,
Yeah,
and I watched that probably 100 times. But then
it's hard to beat.
Legend's one of those too, though.
Yeah, and it's very
So imaginative.
It's like
well,
the Tim
and
Curry
underrated.
Devil movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
It's
dark
one of
in
I've seen it.
Tom Cruise's first movies, probably.
Yeah, and he had the
Before he was
long
completely
hair.
insane.
Yeah, and but yeah, Tim Curry was Darkness. That was the name of his character, and I remember him being.
Do you remember that movie?
So
Legend?
fucking scary.
Vaguely.
It's
I'm gonna have to
good,
go back
man.
and watch it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go
You'd
watch
like
it
it, man.
again.
Tangerine Dream did the music. Oh God.
Ridley
Oh, really?
Scott
Yeah, man.
directed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just I don't know. I love that fantasy shit.
Did you say Ridley Scott made that?
Yeah, he
Directed
Or
it.
directed
I think
that?
Jesse did.
Yeah, Jesse
Oh,
did.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
I was like, damn, can you like throw his voice?
Yeah, he did.
Well, they're all in my head, so right.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He was looking at you and he heard it. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's true."
I was like, yeah. And like literally like 2 minutes ago, I was like, I've never seen Legends.
That's probably
But
one
you know
of
the director.
So I guess Ridley Scott had already produced Aliens, though.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Or directed
Well, he already
Alien.
Ridley
made
Scott was
Alien.
7,
Yeah.
like
And he made
7
Blade Runner before that too, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, wait, now what do you think about the new Blade Runner?
It's good.
The
I
new
liked
version.
it.
I liked it.
I
a lot.
did
I
too.
liked it.
2049,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I thought it was
2045, right?
Or something like
49.
45,
Is it
49. I
49?
thought it was
Pretty
49.
sure it's 49.
Maybe
49.
I thought it was
Yeah.
49.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
I
I liked
I
it.
saw it once.
2045
I didn't see
is
it
Ray
again.
Kurzweil's prediction for the singularity.
I knew it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I did.
kidding. I don't know what that means, but I believe you if you say it. So I know you.
So
mean it.
likely, if Ray Kurzweil is correct, then 2049 will be much more advanced than what Blade Runner is,
Wow.
which is crazy.
Man, I just want to eat noodles out of something that levitates. That's my thing.
You may not have to eat
yeah.
at all.
Man.
I'm
I
down
like
with
eating.
that.
I like
maybe
eating.
you can eat noodles in a virtual world.
Okay. Because like those noodles that like
you don't-
Harrison Ford eats
you
in
never
Blade
get
Runner
full.
look
You can
so
just keep
good.
eating noodles forever.
I just want to eat and not get fat. So like, can I eat whatever the fuck I want?
Of course.
Yes.
And not get fat. That's what I want.
Yes.
Dude,
So
I'm in on this with you, dude. This sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix.
Virtual eating.
Yeah.
It's like
oh,
it's
we
like
just
in the
solved
Matrix.
it.
Instead of all the guns that fly by you, it's like donuts and hot dogs and shit.
I'm down, bro. What if that's the
dude.
cure to weight loss? Like, what if you got to go into VR to eat? I'm down.
Think
if they
about
can make it
man.
work.
Like in the Matrix, like they were trying to get out of the. You don't want to get out of the Matrix. You've already destroyed the Earth. You're in a spaceship.
Yeah,
Stay in the fucking Matrix,
dude, I agree 100%.
And especially if you could manipulate it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to hack it and you can be a superhero in the Matrix, stay in the Matrix.
Oh, I always thought that was the dumbest decision in the movie.
made no sense.
Is where he
I
chose
do
the
think
pill,
that's like the weakest point in the movie. Kind of.
Yes,
It's like,
like,
well,
what-
you, yeah. I don't
which
know.
What?
is literally near the
Like,
beginning
I
of the movie. You know,
It's like
he's like, "Oh wow, cool! I'm a baby in Jello, and now I got these holes in me. Oh shit, I'm cold. Like,
now I'm weak and
the
cold,
rest-
and I have to eat this terrible food.
Like I could at least go to raves beforehand, you know? Like he's like I get or whatever he goes to when it's all ravey. Like
yeah, he was having a good time before that whole.
now he's got to
shit.
eat like weird, terrible soup and wear like burlap
He's
sack clothes.
eating what was that stuff called?
look like gruel.
Yeah.
It looked like a cream of wheat with protein in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's what it looked like.
It's funny.
Oh man. No, I did like I because I'm like I love the original Blade Runner. It's like one of my favorite movies.
Really good. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, I love that movie. So I saw the second one.
Well, at least
once.
you've seen that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have. I think I have the final cut on like Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS, like just in case.
How old are you, man?
30.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense then, because So you were born in '90.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that's the problem. There's so much content, man. Like there's.
Oh yeah, in a short amount of time.
And it's constantly, there's. I mean, how many movies come out a year now? Hundreds.
Yeah.
Especially now, like I'll see
you
like
you could never
something-
watch all the content out there.
Nah.
Like I remember seeing something and being like, "Oh, that movie came out like last year." I'm like, "This is from 2017." Like, yeah, like that happens all the time.
Oh yeah, we had Darby Camp's mom on recently.
Oh yeah, Lacey. Yeah.
Lacey. Darby's in the Christmas Chronicles and the Christmas Chronicles 2 on
Superstar.
Netflix.
Yeah,
and then,
she's like the modern day Drew Barrymore.
yeah, she's in Clifford. That's getting ready to come out. But anyway, I think Clifford was the one. But they recorded all this stuff when she was like, let's say 8. And the studio, something went out. Either the studio went out of business or got bought out by somebody else, and the stuff got stuck, right? And so it's getting ready to come out. It's actually old stuff, but like it's going to come out and it's going to say 2021, right? And there's actually stuff that was recorded in like 2017 or something.
Yeah, and at her age, she looks way younger.
Yeah,
You know.
she's 13. I think when she recorded, she was 8. So like, it's kind of crazy. But like what you're saying, sometimes I see shit pop up and it says 2017, and it just popped up, and I've never seen it, not heard of it, nothing. And I wonder if it's that type of situation where it's been
backlogged.
It's just been backlogged, and they have to use the original date maybe. And I'm like,
yeah, just been put on the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of completed movies that will never see the light of day.
I think our movie's gonna, we're sort of having a wager, like not a real one, but like on when our movie's gonna come out, because the best thing happened to it. It's gonna come out in a real place,
yeah.
but we have no idea when. It could be this year.
Is
It
this
could be
the
next
Kill
year.
Giggles or
Yeah, Kill Giggles. It could be next year.
I want to watch it.
It
but
could be the year after. I can make that happen.
I was gonna say, man.
sounds great.
I was just saying, maybe we arrange a preview.
We can do something
Yeah, do something
for sure.
because
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I heard about this movie like I don't know. It's been a while. I think I heard about this movie like 8 months ago when we started this.
Yeah.
I think so, right?
That makes sense.
So the whole fucking time I've been like, I need to check this movie out, right?
I actually heard about it before we started this because I'd seen it on some of the film
Right on the
groups on social
Yeah.
media.
Right on.
So long story short, I want to watch this fucking movie, Kill Giggles. So shout out to Kill Giggles.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason Buterin.
Buterin,
Buterin.
yes. Yep. Yeah, him and his son.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a wife somewhere too, but his son, I don't know if he does or not, but I know he's always doing cool shit with his son, so
Yep.
shout out.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah, he seems like an awesome dad, so cool shit. But I want to watch the movie, man. I want to watch it, so let's
You
make it
will.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
Because it may get shelved, and it may not come out for 5 goddamn
That's
years.
right. Well, I got it.
Yep. So, oh, man.
Give it up for the kills. Give it up for the giggles.
Yeah.
Trying to find this sci-fi movie I saw recently that you guys would dig.
So Star Wars.
No, it's what was that movie? I told you about it.
What's this?
It's like a B movie. It's on Amazon. It's about these guys that are looking for UFOs and extraterrestrials, and they've got this. They're scientists, but they set up with their car.
Enter the Void. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so good. Man.
Sounds cool.
check
Trivia master here.
Is that it?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, but yeah,
Would
there's.
they like set up their car to time travel?
No, it's not
What?
that one. That looks good too.
But
though.
it's these two guys, and this guy comes back, and he hadn't been there in a while, and the two other guys are like, "What's his problem? I don't know," and he's like really angry.
It's not that one.
Are you talking about The Expanse? No.
No, that's the TV series. That's good though.
I've heard that's good.
Movies.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, did they do the? Are they coming this Saturday? You guys doing the comedy thing at
Yeah.
Comic Dimension?
Yes.
Yeah, Comic Dimension show.
Oh, yeah,
this
we got the
Saturday.
show coming Saturday.
Yeah, big
Saturday
shout
night.
out to Comic Dimension. We will
Comic
be there
Dimension. Big
Saturday,
shout out
8
to-
o'clock. Be there.
Well,
or
I'll be there.
Be stupid. One of the two. Also, shout out to the Idiot Box. They're great.
Yes,
we
yeah,
keep-
definitely.
absolutely.
We get to have UCC was honestly the most normal comedy has felt this year ever at all. This year
Yeah.
was the competition.
Well, I'm new to comedy,
Yeah,
but they've kept the open mics going all year, which has helped me tremendously.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
that's
Yeah,
been
it's
a
been
big. That's been a big help.
When it's like 3 or 4 a week usually.
Yeah.
Open
I
mics.
think they got about
Three a week.
two or three
They're
a
doing
week.
3 this week. They're doing 1 tonight, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing one tonight.
I was up there last night.
This is where that caffeine
Monday.
kicks in.
I know. Now we're like all yawning on this podcast. We're just like,
I'll walk. Hey, you guys can keep the party going. I'll go get some caffeine if you want. It's 3 rooms down. 3 rooms down.
That's my favorite band. It's like
3 doors down. 3.
so you buy my side when I buy you coffee, man.
would you still call me the Martian Manhunter? It's just like other DC characters.
Oh,
Would you still call me the Flash?
have you guys seen Color Out of Space?
Yes.
That's good.
No, I thought it was. I mean, like
Yeah, Jesse saw it.
Color
Out of Space.
Color.
Color Out of Space. Yeah, it's actually.
Is that the one with the?
It's the Nick Cage one.
Yes,
Nick
I have
Cage,
seen
yeah.
that one.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Dude, that was fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was. I liked Mandy better, but it's right up there with Mandy.
It's like a cool, like psychedelic science
Yeah.
fiction movie.
just
Yeah.
like Mandy.
Just when
was
that
very
mom who
psychedelic.
was like the lady
Yeah,
from Nick
Mandy's a little
Tuck.
too like. I mean, I like horror movies.
But
Mandy's
it's-
dark though.
I
Yeah.
love
Color Out of
Mandy
Space is more
so
science fiction.
much.
Mandy's more supernatural horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is that definite psychedelical type of aspect that seem like they're cut from the same maybe cake. You know what I mean?
So Mandy's like a bad trip
yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one's
in the
kind-
worst way, maybe.
yeah.
Definitely in the worst way.
The Color Out of Space is like I know it's terrible, but it's got some real positive.
I agree.
I see more positive.
You know, like
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so.
I mean, that mom
intriguing.
turns into like a weird llama
like,
lady. But
It's like, yeah, I'll let you guys turn me into a monster so I can experience this crazy
yeah.
state of consciousness. Because that's what, I mean, basically the people that turn into monsters actually go into like this other realm. Like it takes them into another dimension of bliss. So
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. Like it's, you know, I guess if you look at it just on the face value, it's tragic. It seems terrible. But when you see what these people are experiencing when they, I guess, get absorbed by this other life form, it's
Yeah.
actually kind of beautiful.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part of it definitely.
Yeah, so
It was a fun movie. Like I'll be honest with you,
I felt like it was too short.
I agree with that too.
No, I'm
there
saying-
wasn't enough time.
Well, I think it's going to be like a trilogy-esque kind of thing.
Oh,
I think
okay.
because the guy who directed it he's the guy that worked on Island of Dr. Moreau,
Yes,
right?
He is. Yep.
Oh, wow.
And this is like his
Okay.
first thing he's done since that
Well, he-
whole fucking
Wow, that's a
debacle.
long
Kinda
time ago,
half-worked
right?
on that.
Yeah.
I was going to
half
say
worked
he
on
got called in halfway through because Brad Pitt and the other guy got in.
Richard
So,
Stanley.
so not Brad Pitt, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Were like butting heads so
Marlon
much.
Brando and Val Kilmer.
Oh, dude, yeah. Imagine having Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer both on the same like
It's
movie.
like they
trying
were
to
like,
work with them.
I'm not coming out of my trailer until he comes out of his. You
Yeah.
know, that's what it was going on.
I want to be Dr. Moo and he can be Dr. Rowe. All right, I want to share the Moreau. God, that movie sucked dick.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't Richard Stanley's fault. They
No,
booted him
yeah.
before he could make it.
I know.
And
Yeah,
then
I've
it's
watched
just
a
like, oh my
whole
God.
thing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
why
that
that movie
documentary
didn't
is
work.
great.
And
And it's
Yeah.
not like you said. It's not his fault. There's a lot of fault
Yeah,
at
you
that.
feel bad for him.
Yeah, you do. Just like the dude that made the ET video game. Like the video game sucks dick.
Didn't they give him like a week to make it?
6
Or-
weeks. They give him
6
6 weeks.
Or it was some kind of for that like the time period of ridiculous.
Because, you know, a
amount of time.
movie, even back in the Atari days, took longer than 6 weeks to make, especially based off of major motion picture. And that's why that's why the game is just dog shit. And it's honestly just as much more iconic as dog shit than it would have been if it was a good game.
Did you see the documentary where they went out into the desert and found where they buried all the cartridges?
Yep, because that
Yeah,
had been
yeah.
like a urban myth
Uh-huh.
for years
Yeah,
till
they
it
are.
was actually proven. And it was even the
What was that?
the Atari 2600 game E.T. is one of the worst
That's funny.
video games.
I've got
of
a
all
bit
time.
about the Atari 2600.
Yeah, you should. I like it, but I'll be honest with you.
Or it's in one of my bits.
Yeah, I can't. I love your bit. I'm saying that's the 2600 itself.
Today, you can't even tell what it is. Like it's just
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
5 pixels
Yeah.
of something.
Well, back then, that's where you had to use your
It was
imagination.
all imagination, which was cool though.
With technology.
Yeah.
So it's.
Do you remember
it's just
Dungeons
weird.
and Dragons on the 2600?
No,
Like if you saw it today, you couldn't tell what it is. It's like, but back then it was like you could just imagine all like this entire world of medieval dragons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like we're so used to being given this technology, like given this experience, we don't use our imaginations as much as we used to. But back then, like a dragon would be like a D-shaped thing with a line across
It's all
it or something.
8-bit graphics.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's all imagination, really.
What is this? Is this?
It's poison.
Caffeine.
Oh my goodness, that is caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
Very small.
It's good.
No, that's good. Oh, yeah. It's getting sleepy there. It's all
Yeah,
the meat
I'm
we
slowing
ate
down.
beforehand.
Thanks, man.
I was going to say them ribs.
Them ribs were really coming down on me, like real rib trank. I was rib tranked. That was really hard to say. It's like trog rub.
That fucking bacon, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bacon. Oh my god, it's the size of a frisbee, and I don't know why, but I wish it was a frisbee. That way I could eat it, and then throw it to myself, and then eat it on the other side. That's what I do.
I thought you were just gonna end with so I could eat it, and I was like, "Are you eating frisbees, Dusty?"
Don't stop my dreams,
Like,
damn
yeah, they kicked me off the ultimate frisbee courses because I got hungry.
Bacon.
it. What they get for making a bacon disc off fucking game. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah, no, I had to go get some caffeine. I was like, you know what?
No, I
Caffeine's
appreciate
a great
it,
idea.
Daniel.
I'm going to
This
chug
is-
it
Thank you, man.
here in a few minutes. It's just as good as cocaine.
So you're saying that like people took like a barrel
Never done cocaine, but I'll take your word for it.
of like ET games
I don't
and
believe
buried
you,
it,
Yeah, it
like what Walter White did with his money in Breaking Bad, but like with like Atari 2600 cartridges.
Well, the game was so bad and lost so much money for Atari, it actually pretty much caused the video game crash of '84. I think it was '84, and that's when Nintendo
That sounds fake.
came to prominence.
You remember the video game crash of '84?
We all got in our
It's so real. You
It
guys
was the
missed
worst
that.
thing that ever happened. in the
instead of
80s.
bread lines,
It
we
was
just all got
horrible.
in arcade lines or something.
And then
They had no
Nintendo-
video games for a whole year.
I mean, because it was just over. There were so many at-home consoles coming out left and right. All these fucking, you got your Commodores, you got your Ataris.
My mom cried that year.
And
Yeah.
television.
She was like,
The
I don't know
whole
what
year.
we're going to do. It's the video game crash of '84.
it's just like one of those
You're like-
dust bowl bombs, but
She
like
cried the
holding
whole
a
year.
game
It's just
controller.
You're like, Mom.
I
can
don't know what Neil's going to do without his video games this year. I was a poor kid, though. I was always behind anyway on the video games. So,
So you had like the nice ball and cup, so that was still good for you for a while.
84, I had no video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother you.
I didn't give a shit, yeah.
I wasn't even born, so I didn't know it existed.
Yeah,
I was-
me neither.
I was
had
playing
no
with G.I.
video games
Joes.
in 84.
Oh yeah, the good ones, right? The bigger ones.
No,
or
the smaller
smaller
ones.
Yeah.
I'm not that old,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
The big ones that were like bigger.
That was my dad's G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
They were dolls.
like these are action figures.
You could probably beat somebody up with one of those G.I. Joes.
Oh, the old ones.
And it's just like really, whack somebody with it.
Listen, I get that they say that they don't make stuff today like they did back in the day. Sometimes that's full of shit. So we go to this this place in Mooresville. What are they called? They're almost like old school flea markets. They're all indoors, and everybody has booths.
They're
and-
flea markets.
Yeah, they're flea markets. Okay, yeah. They're fucking flea markets, Daniel. So anyways, this place in Mooresville, and we go to it. It's a flea market, and they've got stuff from they've got toys from like the 60s and 70s and 80s. So I'm paying $8 for a little car that should be 99 cents, right? And legit, it's solid metal. But guess what? That shit breaks too. My kids break it easy.
Yeah.
Easy. It's fragile.
Well, that stuff's antique now, though.
Yeah, but still. Fuck. It just came out of the package. It's like new.
It's been there for 50
People
years.
are buying this shit to collect, by the way, and I'm buying it for my kids to play, right?
Yeah.
But it breaks. I'm like,
Those collectors hate you. They're like, what are you doing?
yeah, I open them in front of them. You should see the look in their eyes. They're like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, it's for my kid.
You're like that guy in the movie in the movie Unbreakable.
You're breaking dreams.
Where he's like, oh, this thing's worth about $10,000. All right, my son will love this, and your son's like, ha,
Well, what it does is
Samuel Jackson's breaking his bones like constantly.
In all fairness, his sons are really like good kids though.
Yeah, they are. They
and
are.
really smart kids too. So
I mean, it drives up the price.
they would actually.
ones.
That's true.
They would appreciate it if they knew what it was.
Oh yeah, and I don't.
Especially your oldest son.
I'm just like,
oh yeah,
my oldest son actually just turned 10, and he's gonna be an engineer or something. He's building. So the car just got like a hidden cup holder, and you push in. And I asked him because he builds like these elaborate builds, these like 80-hour Lego builds, 100-hour Lego builds, and he just turned 10. He's been building them since he was like 4. And I'm not talking about. I'm not the dad that does it for my son and says it's him. Mm-hmm. I'm the dad that's like, I don't know how to do it, son. You can do it better than I can. Just do it. I'm doing you a disservice if I do it for you, right? And really, what it is he's gotten so good at it that I can't help him. Like, it's on you, buddy. So he builds these elaborate engines and these elaborate things. So anyway, this cup holder, it's hidden, it's designed, and it looks like it doesn't exist. You push in, and it comes out, and it folds out into a cup holder. I'm like, hey, do you think you could build that? Right? Like, highly intelligent when it comes to this stuff, right? So anyway, I don't tell them what the stuff is. I'm just like, oh, these are toys. Like, I'm just like, we're at this place, and they're cheap toys, right? And so they break, and they're like, oh, these toys are terrible, Dad. They look at this cheap. I didn't tell them they were 40 years old, but I don't know. The guy, when we opened the package, though, you should have seen the look. Looked like he's like, what are you doing? Oh, the kids wanted some toys, man. And they're like, no, those are collectors. I'm like, oh no, my kids want to play with them.
That's the kind of like level of wealth I want to get to. Where I'm like, I can like buy an amazing fantasy number 15 first appearance of Spider-Man and just eat the first page in front of somebody. Just like, oh, an Action Comics number 1 rip. Yeah. Well, that's about like a $3 million comic book.
You'll never be at that level.
No. $3 million. I can't do that. $3 million.
No.
I think that's
Listen,
like how much
like,
those are going for.
All right, the guy was like, "Oh, this toy was 8 cents when it was brand new,
$50 or something."
Yeah, well,
now like current value.
Yeah. He's like, "Well, these were actually the ones that broke were like 8 cents when they were brand. They said the original, very faded, but like 8 cents. And I think I paid for these. I think I may have paid like $7 a piece. So if you think about it, that's a substantial increase from the original price.
Yeah, from 8 cents. Yeah,
and
huge,
and
you
my
buy
kids
stocks at that price, you'd kill it.
Yeah. So I'm like ripping them open in front of the guy, handing the toys to my kids, and this guy is not the secondhand guy. This is an old dude, and he's like, "Yeah, I've had these since I was a kid. I've been collecting them."
It's like his collection.
It's his collection.
It's
dude.
horrible, man.
So he was not happy, to say it lightly. Like, he just looked at us like he was disgusted.
Someone
he wished he would have had given me my money back and he didn't sell it to me. I'm telling you.
But you got to think about that.
Somebody important in his life who's now dead gave that to him.
You have to consider this too. This is like part of the silliness of humans. So he bought this thing at 7 cents a piece, right? 50 years ago or something. He's wanted to open these fucking things and play with them for 50 years. And now they're worth $7, which is still not that much.
Right.
No.
But he prevented himself from opening these packages, these toys, and playing with them for 50 years or 30 years for $7.
Yeah.
For like inflation.
And this guy buys it like, oh, $7, yeah, I'll buy that. Here you go, man. and now he realizes he should have opened the fucking toy and played with it when he would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
He'd have got a lot more than $7 out of it, right?
100%.
It's like he's putting like a number value on his childhood,
Yes.
and you're just opening his childhood in front of him.
Yeah, dude. And when
it's like keeping plastic on your furniture.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
Just use your enjoy it. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's temporary anyway. Life's temporary.
Yeah.
We're not here very long.
Yeah, might as well.
The Earth is 5 fucking billion years old.
Right.
We live maybe 100 years if we're lucky. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree.
Enjoy the fuck out of it because it's really short. You know, maybe. Or maybe we're all one thing and maybe we'll all just be like one consciousness one day. But right now,
enjoy it.
Fucking enjoy it because it's not very long. We all like live this life like we're living forever. And we're always worried about all this nonsense and trivial bullshit. But we need to worry about how to like take care of each other and help each other and just be happy and enjoy this tiny little experience we get that's called consciousness. Because it's short, man. It's fucking really short. And if you waste your whole life trying to value a $7 toy,
Yeah.
you missed it, man. You missed the fucking point. You should have opened the toy when it was 5 cents.
Yeah.
And played the fuck out of it and enjoyed your childhood.
That's right.
Or sell that bastard for a lot of money, man.
But it's not. It's $7.
yeah,
Well, that's true.
He
Yeah,
waited
if it's
30 years to sell it for $7, and
then
then Daniel bought it. He's like, "Oh, this is cool. Here, buddy."
No, that's true. If the only inflation is $7, that's not crazy. That's not
Well,
great.
from 11 cents or something. That was still
Even if
pretty-
it's
That's true. I mean,
even
yeah.
if it's
You just have to have so
$500,
many
it
of
doesn't
them.
matter.
Yeah.
well,
It doesn't matter. Just enjoy it.
No, that's true. But a lot
You
of
know, like it's all nonsense anyway. It's all fake. It's all what we say it is. It's a construct.
that's true. But a lot
Enjoy
of,
the fuck out of the construct, right?
I just want to let y'all know, aren't you glad I went and got some caffeine?
yeah.
Neil woke
We're
the
like
I was
fuck
going to
up.
say Neil.
Neil's awake.
Neil is woke.
Yes. Let me
He
get.
is
Let me see.
very
I need to
woke.
catch up. Hold
He's
on.
so conscious right now.
Sort of.
So,
Man.
So no, you're right.
my youngest son crushed one of the cars, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, and I heard about it. I love my kids to death. Love them to death. Okay, they're 4, 8, and 10 now. Newly 8, newly 10. At the time, he was 3. So anyway, he crushed one of these metal cars, right? That's supposed to, you know, they don't build things like they used to, right? And he crushes it. Yeah, it's 30 years old. It doesn't matter. It was new to him because he just pulled it out of the plastic.
Right.
Anyway, so he breaks the car. He's pissed. He's not. He didn't. You know, he's not pissed. He's whiny. He's like a 3-year-old, right? He wants another toy. So we go back to the same guy. Like, it's probably a week later, 10 days later. Now, obviously, this guy doesn't like me now. Sure. And he recognizes me, and I'm like, yeah, man, my son. You remember those toys we bought? And he's like, the collectibles you bought a few weeks ago. And I'm like, yeah, those are the ones. My son broke one of the toys, and I need to buy another one. And it was like a specific number, right? Because kids, they know they had like number 7. He wants number 7 again. And anyway, long story short, the guy was just like, well, he's trying to lecture me on. These are really to put up, right? To save, right? Mm-hmm. He was not happy. Long story short, I got the same exact one for my kid, which worked out well, right? We got the same number. He was happy. I opened it in front of the guy again. He wasn't happy about that, but
Oh my God, you opened another
in the front of the same dude.
You like saw the initial reaction. Told him it was crushed.
The problem with that is that guy should have opened those toys years ago.
yeah.
But you don't want to break his heart and open it in front of him because you're reminding him of the fact that he should have opened them when he was a kid.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
here's what he should do. If you ever watch this.
You like buy another room, like I'm gonna use this in a sex crime.
Yeah.
And like that's
hey, look, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's not too late, man.
Yeah.
You
Open
can
those
still open one of
motherfuckers.
them.
Have fun.
Open them all. Play
Yeah.
with them.
And if not,
Be a
you
kid
need to
again.
raise your price up high enough that I'm not going to buy them and give them my kids to play with. So just raise your prices. We'll solve the issue. I'll go to Walmart and I'll buy them a $1.99 Hot Wheels and we'll call it a day.
But what's going to happen, though, he's going to die. It's just going to go blank, right? It's just black. Nothing. He's going to go to sleep. He'll wake up again one day when all the particles in the universe have recombined. All of our consciousnesses have joined together. The whole universe is awakened.
I like that you know.
And he'll be a part of this universal consciousness, right? And then...
okay. Sorry.
And then
You're like talking about consciousness and like Jesse's trying to like explain how fucking microphones work to me. I'm like, I don't know.
You just had a bar in your face. That's all.
and then
Sorry, Neil. I'm over here. I'm
I
watching
thought
Jesse
he
with
was
his hands.
translating for me. Like, it was a sign language.
He's the interpreter.
I was looking at him. I was like, "Is Jesse like in tune with what Neil's saying?" And then I looked over at you.
I was
and
like,
I'm
Jesse's doing like the Big Bang, but with his hands. Like he's like,
It will be beautiful.
I thought you guys rehearsed this. I seriously was like, "Damn it, Jesse knows exactly
Jesse.
what he's saying."
Okay.
You're good, man. So anyway,
Oh fuck me. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
I truly believe that, and a lot of physicists and scientists believe this too, is that we're a part of the awakening of the universe. Like the whole everything's made out of the same matter, right? And we're just a conscious version of that matter. But I think that eventually the entire universe will be some type of being, some consciousness by itself, and we'll all be a part of that. So whatever we've experienced, whatever consciousness we are, will be a part of that greater consciousness one day, you know. And that's, you know, that's what I think. If I'm wrong, it'll just be darkness, but it'll be nothing, you know. But it's fine.
Everybody, stay tuned to Life to find out if Neil's right.
No.
Or wrong.
No, you just go ahead and
Yeah, go ahead and die.
Go ahead and die.
And then find out if Neil's right.
If I'm right, you'll just keep on.
I like to believe that man has got a couple of Horcruxes, and they happen to be those old ass fucking toys. And Daniel here is destroying every damn Horcrux he has.
Well, that's good though.
He'll never come back. He's gone.
Well, he killed Voldemort then, right? So it's okay.
God damn it, that's great.
Just killed me, man.
Oh shit. Oh, hey, if they're not enjoying it when they're watching it at home, at least we're having a good fucking time.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
I was just imagining that the guy that you bought these toys from, it's Voldemort. It's just It's like Voldemort in like a Bass Pro Shop hat. like it's some flea market in Morrisville.
Or he's just a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah. Like every time you bought one, he's like, nice.
And now we're back into bipolar. Well, we're not bipolar. It's schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Schizophrenia. That's all out. He believes he's Voldemort.
Yeah. This stuff, I mean, I do agree with what you say. The things I do collect, I'm able to at least enjoy, like video games. I collect video games, but I play them.
But if someone believes they're Voldemort, you should definitely open the package.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just to prove them right.
And
you know what I mean? Like, go ahead and get the story started.
We should stomp it and see if they die.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. I hope it's not as boring as the Brits made it, because I'll tell you that, man.
What?
Yes. They get listen here.
No.
This is my belief here that the
You're
British,
racist.
The British the British were like, all right, we're going to have magic, right? And then we're going to put them in school.
You know what's wrong with this?
Fucking school? Are you kidding me?
Awesome. Is it going to be like the craft kind of like cool like high school? No, it's going to be like a castle with a moving staircase.
What the problem is if we take Dusty's DNA and we send it off and get it sequenced, we'll find out that he's 99% British.
I'm actually 56.1% British.
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah, that's why I've only halfway tried to kill myself.
Who'd you do it through?
It was the DNA, the 21andMe.
23andMe.
23. No, only 21.
That's not.
That's when you trace all the alcoholics in your family.
Yeah.
As the
But yeah,
21.
That's not
23andMe.
completely accurate though. It changes a lot. So
Yeah, but I mean,
now
that's
you can probably get a more accurate.
which I'd be down with
reading.
that.
What did we? So I did. What's the other one? Not that one.
We actually sequenced our whole entire genome.
Yeah, we did. Before that, though, I did. What's the other one?
You did it Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. Whatever
Yeah.
one that is.
I did that too. Yeah.
We did that. But then we actually sequenced I did mine just after you.
Yeah.
Our entire DNA.
Yeah,
so
we've sequenced our whole genome.
Yeah. So like.
But we haven't got the results back. It should be within a few weeks.
Yeah.
How long from?
It's 8 weeks total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's
we've
not
got
bad.
like 2 or 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
How cool.
So the first person that had the genome sequence, I think it was like $1.5 billion or something. The first one
I
they
think
did
it was like 3 billion.
maybe it's 3 billion. Okay, 3 billion with a B, right? So billions at least.
Well, the first scientist that sequenced the human genome.
Right.
That was
Well,
George Church, and
then I can't remember, but as recent as a few years ago, it was like $25,000, and then early this year, in like January, it was like.
Well, you and I did it for like 1,000 each.
Yeah, we got to 1,000. So basically, the price has just come way down. So now, what used to cost $1 billion, we did for $1,000 each on sale, and
that's the exponential growth of technology.
Yeah.
When they went to sequence the genome back in 91 or 2, all the majority of scientists were saying it's going to take 100 years to do this. They did it the next year.
Oh yeah, I remember that being a big undertaking, and it actually being quicker than they thought it would be.
Yeah.
You know?
Slightly. 100 years quicker.
Yeah. 99 years quicker.
99 years. 99 years.
Almost 100% quicker than they
99%
thought.
quicker.
Yeah.
99% quicker. And that's what happens every night with my wife.
You're like, baby, this is going to take 100 fucking years.
Oh, never mind.
Bam.
I'm done. We're
I'm
good.
done.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's over.
She's like, are you, did you forget about me?
My hands still work. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'll give you a pro tip. Pro tip.
That's an amateur tip.
Yeah.
That's a sensitive tip. That's
Pro tip is use your hand, give her hers first, then it doesn't matter if you last 30 seconds or 30 minutes. She doesn't give a shit at that point. That's what I. That's
It's a Q-tip. It's a quick tip.
Q-tip is a quick tip. What were we talking about before I
The
segued?
small tip?
The small tip, yeah.
The genome.
The genome.
The
The
human
genome.
genome.
So we got sequenced.
It creates the tip.
I got to tell you, it does. But I got sequenced, so I got to tell you some bad news. I received. I'm a fat guy.
You didn't read the instructions, man.
I did. God damn it! But I ate. I ate something, and I was like, it's been like 3 hours. It says don't eat with like an hour and a half. But I had something because I was taking my vitamins, and I had something light.
You have clean jaws.
Yeah, I fucked it up. So anyway, they had to send me another test kit. So I'm actually probably another 2 weeks behind you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they had to send me another test kit, and I had to go through the process again. But so you're gonna get yours first. It's okay. But there's
Maybe.
a question on there. It says, "Is there anything interesting that you think we're gonna find in your DNA?" Right? And I'm like, "What kind of question is this?" I'm like, "Absolutely. You should check my DNA very thoroughly. There's the cure for something in there. I'm certain of it."
You should have told him, like, you should have said, like, I lost my arm one time and it grew back.
I think I'm Kryptonian.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked with him. There's a couple of questions like that, and I definitely was like, yeah, 100%. There's definitely some cool shit going on. You need to look. I should have went really into it.
Well, you know,
but
I'm an amputee, and there's many scientists doing studies on regeneration of material of biological. I am really intoxicated. Anyway, there are several scientists that are working on. They're studying geckos and how they regenerate their
Oh man,
limbs and
do you
stuff.
want the lizard from Spider-Man? Because that's how
I
you
don't-
get the
I
lizard
don't
from
want.
Spider-Man.
I don't want a gecko leg. Although, I would take a gecko leg if it's all I could get.
No, why not? That'd be kick-ass.
But anyway, they say that we have those same genes. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so all life on Earth started as single-celled organisms, right? And it all branched off through evolution. And that's one of the thoughts is like, that's how life works. It just branches off until eventually it becomes conscious, right? It always works that way because it's all the same matter from stars. But anyway, we have the same genes as the geckos that can regenerate their arms and legs and any body part, basically, and starfish and all these other animals that can regenerate limbs. So we have that gene. It's just recessed. And if we can figure out how to recode our DNA, because so that's a weird thing about reality. Everything is code, right? It's all encoded. It all just follows the code of what it is, especially life. So our DNA is a code that just tells our life.
we gotta look at your face. Hey, zoom in on it. There it is.
Can we get like a real scanner shot
Yeah.
on Dusty right
Dusty?
now?
There it is. There it is.
All
There
right,
it
make my head explode.
So anyway, if we can,
I just turn into water.
So anyway, if we can recode our DNA to reactivate that gene of regeneration, then amputees can just regenerate their limbs, and they'll be identical to what they originally had. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That would be.
And I think that will happen.
But they're making pigs that can like glow green. Like they use this stuff. That's
Well, they can
in
make people that
lightning
glow green,
bugs.
too,
Well,
yeah.
they can do it to
Yeah.
anything.
I'd like to make a
I've
special
seen
request.
in China they're doing like puppies and cats and everything.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Is this like related to the amputee stuff, or are we just like an also we can
it's
make
the
things
same
glow
technology.
in the dark? Okay.
So they're using CRISPR technology to modify the genes in these animals to give them like bioluminescence and stuff.
Can I do that to my dick?
You could.
That'd be awesome.
I mean,
see, I-
raves.
Did
are
you guys
getting
ever
wild.
partake in
It's
the
more
glow-in-the-dark
complicated
condoms?
though. It's more
I remember
complicated.
those. I remember those.
Yeah, they were
What was
fun.
it?
The glow-in-the-dark condoms. I only use them
I
to
never
make
had
water
one of those.
balloons out of them, but I wish I could go back and put them on my dick.
I remember a movie.
Do it now.
I remember a movie. There were these two guys, and they both were trying to date the same girl.
Now you see it,
and,
now you don't.
And the light turns off, and there's a red one that walks in, and then there's a green one, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" It's like, I don't know. And it's just like the green and the red.
The red one is the Dick Lord.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
No, it's very.
I am the Dick Lord.
What
It's
movie was
very
this?
Return of the Jedi.
See, I don't remember the name of the movie.
He's British too.
Which one?
The Dick Lord.
Oh, you better believe it. He's got to be.
Oh, you don't get a name like Dick Lord and not be
I
British.
am the Death Lord.
I'm going to be searching on YouTube on the drive home tonight.
Dick Lord and Doctor
Glow in the
Who are
dark
definitely
red
British.
condom penis
Yes.
versus green glow in the dark.
Do you like Doctor Who?
Oh no! I'm sorry.
This is where me and
Is that
Dusty
a
agree.
God damn it! Dusty.
was that the easiest questions I ever been asked? Yes. I'm sorry. I do respect it. But another thing I don't respect is a show that never fucking
Did
ends.
you like The Walking Dead?
Now I did, but it was shot in Georgia.
But who was the lead character?
Georgia. It was
No,
all
no,
about.
who's-
It was all
who's
about
the lead
Georgia.
character.
Oh, you talk about Rick?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never liked Rick. I always liked the others.
Yes.
Always
Many
liked-
of the others were British too.
Yeah,
I
it's
bet
a
they were.
British show.
Yeah, but you know why they're
Well, you know
cool?
what?
Because they're pretending to
But
be American.
I actually met. I actually got to meet Andy Lincoln because I worked on the show.
I love Rick. He's
and
a really
he's a
good
really
actor.
nice dude.
Dude,
And
he
he's
seems-
British.
And that's sad. That's
Were you like,
Dusty?
hey,
Dusty, wait, he's British.
I know, and that
He's
upsets
English.
me.
He's from England.
Were you like, hey, I remember that one time
Everybody
you
has
stole
a
your
dark past.
best friend's girlfriend in Love Actually real weirdly, kind of?
I'm
kind
sure
of
he
a
does.
sleazy way. Yeah. I hate that movie, man, so much. I don't know, I got
You talking
sucked
about Love Actually or
Love Actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That means it's a great movie if you hate it.
Yeah.
Hate's a strong emotion.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just.
And if you hate it, that must be a good movie.
I'm trying to remember the movie now. Hold on.
I've seen it. It's been a while.
It's where a bunch of people are. I mean, it's like I get it.
It's a
I
romantic
don't know.
comedy.
Is it like
Yeah.
7 or 8 love relationships?
Yeah,
I do remember it now.
It's
yeah.
like Alan Rickman bought a necklace. Like that's one storyline. I don't know. Yeah, like Alan Rickman buys like a necklace for his like
I gotta come.
some young lady at his workplace,
Hey.
and then what's her name's his wife's real
Is there
upset.
another British?
How many minutes are you guys
You like
performing this
you
Saturday?
like the medieval stuff, right?
What do you mean, like?
Do you
like
like-
medieval times
Do
or
you like
Renaissance?
Game of Yes.
Myrtle Beach.
Do you like Game of Thrones?
I do like Game of Thrones.
That's all British.
That's Westeros.
So
and
Dusty is not completely racist towards
Yeah.
British people.
It's only if he doesn't know it's not.
Hey, listen.
British.
as long as they don't admit they're
Hey,
British.
Yeah.
you can hate white people all day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. It still doesn't change
Today,
that
it's
I'm
okay.
white.
That's true. Wait.
That's the funny thing about people is we don't realize we're all the same yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that 100%.
How many minutes do you guys get each on this coming Saturday at the
we're
comic?
just-
Oh,
Division?
we're killing it, man. We're fucking killing it.
I think we're doing 10.
Yeah, we're doing like 9 hours apiece.
Yeah.
easily. It's it's
We're
an
each doing a
all-nighter.
shift.
We're making a lot of money.
We get an
too.
hour break. It's paid.
We're making a lot of, yes, we'll get at least $1 a piece.
Is he feeding you guys while you're there?
Can we get some more ribs at the comic? Can we eat ribs
I
at the
can
comic
give
book
them-
store? I'm gonna
Hey,
like
listen.
touch a bunch of first appearances.
Chris and I can give all the comics, including myself, 2 free drinks each,
Hey,
Yeah.
Great.
as long as it's before 9. Because if it's after 9, you get COVID.
that's true.
Yeah, that's
It's 10, but yes, I agree.
Unless you're at work, then
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, or at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true. On a side note, because I think I got to come see you guys live.
I've already had COVID though, so I can't. Get
Yeah,
it.
no, that'd be
Yeah, I'm
some
good
fun to have
anyway.
you, Daniel.
So I just got to ask you a question though. Like if I can bring a paper around saying I've already had COVID and I've got the antibodies, why the fuck do any of these rules apply to me? It's not doing me any good.
You're like a superhero.
I'm fucking superhuman right now. I think.
Although you can get it twice, there's a tiny chance you get it twice.
Man, I already told you when they sequence my DNA, they're gonna figure out I'm the cure. I didn't have COVID. I had something else. One of those aliens they were talking about in the Israeli paper we were talking about.
yeah.
Fucked me while I was sleeping.
That's what we need to talk about.
Oh yeah, the Israeli aliens.
the Israeli aliens fucked me while I was sleeping.
What's
and it-
happening this year with
That made me think like that's the real plot of the Sandra Bullock movie while you were sleeping. Was you got fucked by an Israeli alien?
So no, listen, seriously. So the New York Times. So okay, I've never given a shit about UFOs and aliens, right? Until this year.
Really? Why?
Never.
It seems like you would be all on that.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like
I'm
it'd be
surprised
your
you don't
thing.
have like a
It's just
scroll
not. I
of
just don't
everything
care.
you know.
I agree
Like,
with
it
you,
just-
but that's this new
I have
this year.
so many things to worry about. Like that's the least. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I don't care about aliens. I know there's. I'm sure there's other intelligent life in the universe. There's trillions of other galaxies. Like sure, yes, there are advanced civilizations throughout the universe. The universe is fucking huge. It's tremendous. It's incomprehensibly huge. But so now this year, I saw David Fravor. He's a commander in the Navy. Comes out and they released this footage of
That was when they did that in like March or whatever.
yeah.
Or
So
like
they released this
sort of
footage of
COVID.
him like of these Navy pilots showing this tic tac thing. It's like this flying craft that can move in impossible ways, like things that deny deny physics, right? And then the New York Times comes out a few months ago during COVID, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, the Pentagon just said we can tell all you guys that we've got a spacecraft that's not of this world." By the way, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's true. It was
It's
one
not a
ear
big
out.
deal.
Yeah, people didn't really
think I
pay
was
that
It's
much
a
kinda doing a
24-hour
bit.
news cycle.
They don't
right?
believe it.
I think I was kind of doing a bit about that for a little
So
bit.
then the other day, Rogan came out with this podcast where he had this guy on there, this documentarian, and this other guy's a scientist, like computer scientist, and they made this documentary. I haven't seen it yet. It's something about UFOs, and he's saying that we've been working on this since the '60s. I'm like, okay, like, I mean, there's still a big part of me that wants to just say like, well, this is all bullshit, right? But then right after that, I follow a lot of science and space, I guess, channels on social media. And this one of the science channels I follow, which is a pretty credible channel, makes this post about the Jerusalem Post, which is a reliable news source. And they interviewed this colonel or general or something out of Israel. He was
Former head of their security.
former head of the Space Security Committee or something for 30
Tell us
years.
the name of it.
He won a bunch of awards.
What was the name of the space?
Oh well, that's not that. He
Yeah.
was a part of like some legitimate thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The government. He's also a professor. He's like, oh yeah, the U.S. and Israel have been talking with extraterrestrials for several years. I'm like, what? What am I reading? Is this a tabloid? No, it's the Jerusalem Post. It's actually a reliable news source. And then he says like that the U.S. and the Israeli government have been working with extraterrestrial beings for several years, and they even have a private base, like a secret base on Mars. And they're trying to figure out the fabric of space.
I'm sorry, I believe you.
And I'm like, I feel the same way, dude. Like, but this is a credible news source. So I'm like, what's happening this year?
If
Right.
You dig,
I
actually,
agree. Yeah.
Even
And I'm thinking like, well, shit. If this is real, I'm kind of pissed off because
Yeah.
you motherfuckers traveled across the entire galaxy to get to us. You have the technology to travel across the galaxy or maybe the universe to get to here.
Yeah.
And you've been here for decades. You're watching us burn up our planet, fight with each other about stupid nonsense, try to kill it. Constantly, we've been in a war for like 20 plus years, for a lifetime.
Yeah.
There are kids fighting in wars today that were born after the war started. That's fucking crazy. And if these extraterrestrial beings exist and they have that kind of technology, and they're saying that this galactic federation said we're not ready to see this or to understand this or to comprehend this, that's bullshit, because if that's true, you have the technology to help us not kill ourselves, not
Yeah.
destroy our planet, not destroy each other, not to hate each other.
get the original cut of Star Wars, the pre-remasters. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, how can...
What the fuck are you holding out on us for?
I kind of think we have
Come
to
help us.
What I think is we have to earn it, Neil. I think we have to earn it before they help us.
That
Hold on,
And maybe we're not,
The whole thing is
Fuck that shit.
I'm just curious. Is this not the same shit? Have you guys watched like the?
Hey, there's one guarantee.
What's that?
If that's true, if these are aliens from another galaxy or another place, they're made out of the same shit we're made out of.
It's true.
They're us.
All right.
Same thing.
You ever watched on like Discovery Channel, like this lion attacked this gazelle, this baby gazelle, and like the camera crew couldn't interfere at any time and save the gazelle, right? And maybe he left the gazelle, it's injured, and the lion didn't want to fuck with it, right? It wants to go hunt something that's fresh, right? And they're like, oh, we can't interfere. We can't save it, right? We got to let it die because we're going to interfere with nature. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Like they let it happen, right? Because they can't interfere. They let the animal die. What if those aliens are taking that approach?
Well,
They can't interfere. They have to let it take its
That's kind of
course.
the thing.
Got to let us take its
Here's
course.
the thing, though.
And I'm not agreeing. I'm just
thought about that
saying,
too.
devil's advocate,
I think about that a lot because you look at nature.
aliens advocate.
Just look at if you just look at Earth. Earth is brutal, man. It's a brutal place.
Yeah,
it's. You know, I hate seeing those videos of like the gazelles getting pounced on by the lions and stuff. It's so painful looking.
I like those.
But at the same time, you think about, all these molecules. It's fascinating.
it is.
But you think about all the molecules and the energy that comes out of that prey animal and goes into that predator animal. It's all the same shit. It's all like transferring from one thing to another. But it's all like one thing, right? All life is like one thing.
Yeah.
And what we've seen with the data is that as societies become more advanced, they become less violent. And I'm not sure. I'm not even sure that death is real, right? Like I think it all just keeps going, right? It's life. It's one.
Which
being.
one of y'all said what? First of all,
me.
okay.
Dustin
I was
said
like,
what?
You threw your voice too.
I was like, what?
You and Jesse got something in
Well,
common.
because I was
Well,
patiently
there's a-
listening, and I was like, huh?
Okay, so
Death
What?
ain't real.
there's a Nobel Prize.
Where the fuck is everybody?
yeah, where's Grandma?
Hey,
Damn
listen, There's a Nobel Prize winning scientist, Francis Crick.
Cricket.
Yeah.
He invented the crick in
Good
the
guy.
neck. Crick in the neck.
No, he didn't. The guy who discovered the double helix in DNA. He did a bunch of LSD, by the way. But supposedly.
Next podcast.
But anyway, brilliant scientist won a Nobel Prize, and he said that he believed. Well, actually, what he believed is that another civilization somewhere else in the universe or in the galaxy, maybe, was reaching the end of their civilization. So they sent out
Something to start new
something like bacteria or something
Yeah,
that
on
contained their DNA.
wherever it hit.
To start life somewhere else
I got-
in multiple
yeah.
places, and,
Gotcha.
and we were one of those places. But regardless if that happened or not, it may just be the result of
It's like Prometheus a little bit. Yeah.
sort of, yeah. But if a star explodes, I think more likely, and a lot of scientists believe that we are just the result of what happens, right?
Uh-huh.
So when a star explodes, it creates all this. What are we made out of?
Stardust,
Not just
Matter.
Atoms,
The,
molecules, atoms.
water,
not
Cheetos.
graphite, but
Guns.
Sperm.
part gun,
Sperm.
part water,
What's-
all water cups.
carbon.
That got turned into a gun in X-Men.
So we're carbon life forms, right?
Uh-huh.
So we're just sort of a natural result of what happens when a star explodes after billions of years.
Uh-huh.
But what Francis Crick was saying is that the DNA is the actual life form, not us. We're just the beings that carry on the life form.
Oh,
So-
we're like the mecha suits
Yes.
of our DNA.
So the DNA stores all the information.
Yeah.
So that's where you have you have these
my
intuition.
body's a gun.
Like we have intuition, right? Well, intuition is experiences of millions of years of DNA experience. So we have intuition, we have instinct, all these things are things that are coded into our DNA, which is the life form. The DNA is the actual life form. We're just the carriers of the life form. So I'm not just some drunk idiot blabbering. It's at a point, but
At that point, I was just.
It'd be really funny if you were. Like, you know what I mean? If you literally just came off the
Francis
street.
Crick is not a person.
You're like,
that's
listen
just
here,
a
man.
name you made up.
Fucking carbon
I'm not bullshitting you guys. It's real.
You're exactly right.
With a guy named Frankie Crick.
If this was
over
a
in
homeless
that.
guy, if this was a homeless guy on the side of the street, we would be like, "This fucking."
I'd be like, oh my God, that is the best crack I have ever heard of. But I believe you.
I have
100%.
never done crack or meth.
Yeah, you're missing out, bro. All right, all your questions will be answered. They will be. No, I think that's very interesting.
I want to take care of this DNA carrier.
Yes, I agree.
That's okay. You can move it around a little bit.
Yeah.
You still stay the same. But yeah, I like that's some crazy stuff Crick was doing, man. That's some crazy shit.
Brilliant guy, man. Brilliant.
I'm a little off the wall. I believe in death, and
Well, I believe in death too, but I don't believe that death is the end necessarily.
No, I don't either.
I don't know.
Okay.
The true
In a
answer.
different way.
The true answer is
You
I don't
guys
know.
fight.
Yeah, we're gonna sit on the sidelines over here. You need any more caffeine? I got a little bit more. I'm willing to share
The
with you.
true
I might
answer.
take a little
the
bit. If that's
true-
okay, Daniel. I appreciate it.
The truthful answer is that nobody knows, right?
Oh, 100%.
I have my intuitions. I have my beliefs. I don't want to say beliefs. I have my intuitions about how things may be, what reality is. I mean, in all reality, in all actuality, this whole thing could be a simulation of some sort. It could be just some type of a computer simulation. But then, when you think about that, even computers are still. You can't say biological. It's word salad. You know, like.
And I don't like salad.
It's nature. It's all fucking nature. This glass is nature. This microphone is nature. It's all nature. It's all evolution. It's all the same shit. We just think about it differently. So,
I need to do ayahuasca again.
I need to do ayahuasca for the first time.
I'm down.
I
down
had a-
number one. Round
I
one.
had a
Really?
Daniel
Yeah,
problem.
Let's do it. Let's go to
Of
Peru.
me
You had a
doing
Daniel
ayahuasca. I was going to say
We
your
go to
whole thing
Oregon.
about not eating
that
before
going.
you're
I know the guy.
because like the whole rules
Yeah.
of like I got from ayahuasca, it's like
Met
this
him, he's a
all
good
this
dude.
list of things you can't
We
eat.
need to do ayahuasca.
And it was just like you can't eat cheese, no processed foods or meats for like 30 days, like no sexual contact with others, like or yourself. So like I was just like, guys, I lied the whole time. I've been eating cheese and jerking off like all the time. And
goddamn! Bring
and
me a
like
cheese
as the
biscuit.
people that like they're
know what?
throwing up and
You
they're
know
like
what?
meeting God,
Look.
and I'm just can't. I'm like kind of feeling a body high, and I'm just like, I shouldn't have jerked off. I shouldn't have jerked off.
Hey.
I shouldn't have eaten like Swiss cheese and jerked off.
Hey, Reid. Francis Crick actually apparently
This fucker again. Fucking Crick.
it's brilliant, man. Look, he actually he told this to his friends.
God damn it!
Supposedly, he told this to his friends. Like some of his close confidants said this. He said that the secrets to the universe were encoded in certain ways that would be hard to.
Tim knows the answer.
Well,
With a Y.
What's the word?
Get fucked, Tim.
Like if you wanted to find the secrets to the universe or the keys of the universe or to life, you'd have to search for it, right? You have to seek it out. And he actually believed that these keys were in psychedelic medicines.
I believe that.
And what he
I
was
actually
saying,
like that.
what he was saying is that when he did LSD or psilocybin mushrooms, stuff like that, it unlocked information that's in our DNA to show us the truth of the universe. And if you ever had one of these experiences, when you have that experience, you suddenly realize that you're this eternal being, that you're not who you think you are, that you're part of something much greater than what you are.
Yeah, I believe that.
And
It's legit.
I mean, the being as one, like we're all cut from the same
we're all
cloth.
the same thing.
I believe that. As far as being,
Yes.
eternal, I think there's different ways to describe eternal type of thing. You know what I mean? But overall, I think we are together.
It's turtles all the way down, right?
Turtles? Or
Turtles all the way down.
Sorry,
Is that a Stuart Huff bit?
Yeah. It's
Fucking love Stuart Huff.
it's fractal, right?
Yeah.
But beyond all that, it's like life is beautiful, right? And instead of constantly competing against each other, we need to realize that we're all the same life form and work together. And that's why I constantly talk. We've talked about on this in the podcast several times about how we need to raise the floor of society so we can be a more productive society. You know, we look at human beings as liabilities instead of assets in our society.
I think you're 100% right.
Yet everything we create in society is to help society. What is society? Society is human beings. It's us.
Soylent
we are
Green
society.
is people. You know.
So if you
But like it's only considered society when it's collective, like human beings.
well, if you base the value of your currency, at least a portion of the value of your currency on people, on humanity, you have unlimited currency. Currency's fake anyway. We're business guys.
I agree.
We know how currency works.
I can't have
it's
a business.
fucking ridiculous. If you put $100 in the bank, that's immediately $1,000, and then that gets divided amongst a few. Okay, use $100,000. You put $100,000 in the bank, that's $1 million instantly, based on the way our society works. Then you take that $1 million, you divide it amongst other people that use that money.
Is this like only knowledge to people that have $100,000?
It doesn't matter
because I didn't know.
It doesn't matter.
That's how it works.
But you take $100,000 is not a lot of money in our society. It's not.
What he's getting at is the bank has the right to lend 10 times the amount you deposit.
Yes, every time money
they
goes
create
to the bank,
fake money.
It becomes 10 times that money.
You're like explaining the universe and banks.
Yes.
to me right now.
It's everything. It's all connected.
Yeah.
It's all the same
I just wanted
thing.
to point out, I topped you off. You get a little bit more
Explain it
drink
real
there.
fast. Yeah.
Basically, so what he's getting at is if I took, let's say I took $10,000 and put it in the bank, the bank has the right to lend $100,000
Wait,
off
real
my
fast. If I take this and I put it in my body, I normally see 2 things, but then I see 4 things.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. All you have to do is use the drink.
Yeah.
I'm a visual learner.
All right.
That makes perfect sense.
So an accurate visual aid here would be if I pour this, if I take my drink, which I own this Glenfiddich, and this glass represents the bank, and I pour this amount into here, the bank, which is this glass, would take this and add 9 more glasses just like it. So a 10-to-1 ratio.
Magic.
In magic, I would magically create.
It's a great example because before you go any further, originally we based money. Okay, in our society, originally we based money on gold and silver and metals. Quickly, we realized, or they realized, that there's not enough gold and silver and metals to meet the demand.
That's right.
We'll run out of it. One person
That's
will have
when we
all
get
of it.
off the gold standard.
So then it got off the gold standard, and then it comes to this.
Right. So here's the problem: is that once this bottle is empty, this physical thing, the bank takes and make 10 times the amount. They add 9.
Which is not real.
It's not real.
They cut it with water.
There's no additional whiskey in this bottle, right?
Right.
It doesn't come out. The bank creates it. It's fictitious. So the bank literally creates $9 additional for every one that you deposit, a 10-to-1 ratio. So
Because we agree that that's what it should be worth.
right. So the bank, you put in 10 grand to the bank can lend 100 for every 10,000 it has on deposit in house. It can lend 100,000. Now imagine for a second, you put this to scale. Every 100,000 lends $1 million, right? And then they lend that money out to the economy, fake money that doesn't exist.
So then it comes back into the bank.
Right. And then those people take that money and they put it in a bank to start a business, or they buy a car and the business they bought the car from puts the money in the bank, and the cycle repeats itself. So we have all this fictitious money.
It's all fake.
Right? And it just multiplies, right? And if you actually look at cash in circulation versus debt, there's $3 trillion in cash in circulation and there's $100 trillion in debt. It doesn't exist. There's not enough money in the world to cover all the
Here's the thing.
It's fictitious. That's what he's getting at. And I could explain it better if I wasn't partaking tonight.
Yes,
but I'm having a great time fucking trying.
Yes,
If anyone
I'm
would
trying
like
hard.
to pay off my $37,000 college student loan.
If you were the bank, we could
Call
give you
me.
$3,700 and you could turn it into $37,000.
Right.
Yeah. And
So-
charge somebody interest.
So here's the thing, though. Here's my issue with that. I don't have an issue with that, actually. I think it's a great thing. But I think in our society, we look at people as liabilities. If we looked at people as assets, we would all add to the equation. And that's where we're missing the point. That's where we're messing up. And that's because we've always been based on like kingdoms and all this monarchy bullshit, where one person has to have all the power. It doesn't have to be that way.
In that way, Dusty is right.
Listen.
Fuck the British.
Boom.
Sure.
Shaka.
So anyway, you don't have to have socialism is not the answer. Socialism creates poverty and it destroys motivation and innovation and progress and all that stuff. You don't want that. Capitalism is actually a good thing if it's used the right way. But the problem is we don't have a big enough pile of resources. The real problem is that we just don't acknowledge it. Because everybody's afraid that somebody's going to take their shit. But the key is that we're all working for the same thing. Our society is people. Our society would not be a society if we didn't have people. People are the value of the society. We create the society. So if you create the people as individual entities within the society, each person is a corporation. Each person has value and contribution to the society. We're all brains with ideas, and ideas are valuable. That's how we create everything we do. We're just fucking ants creating the anthill. Just that our anthill is technology. It's these phones. It's just the expansion of life. And I've got a bit about this. So it's like if I tell you guys, if I say puppies, penguins, and pandas, I just put puppies, penguins, and pandas in your minds. You're thinking about puppies, penguins, and pandas. It's a great idea. What if I say smelly shit, dick salad, and fucking rotten cunt sandwiches? Well, now you've got some terrible shit in your minds.
I'm still thinking about them puppies.
Hey, there you go. You stay
Get 'em out of my
strong.
head.
But what if those puppies were licking up rotten, stinky shit?
They still puppies
What if those
to me.
puppies were Hitler?
They bad.
But that's my
First
point.
of all, I don't let
What
puppies.
if it was Hitler's puppy?
Listen. But here's the thing. Listen. These are all ideas, right?
Like they're still adorable. Sorry, I'm like still on the Hitler puppies. They're like kind of cute still.
But that's what I mean, though. Ideas are valuable. They're real.
Uh-huh.
This microphone was an idea. This whole room is an idea. It's a fucking idea that came out of a mind and created a studio.
I wish you were more passionate about this, Neil. I wish you cared more. I wish you cared more about what you were talking about.
Who told
I
me
wish
about Hitler's mustache? Because you mentioned Hitler, now I'm on a deviate from
Let's
this
not talk about caterpillars. Let's talk about humanity. But anyway, ideas are real things, right? Just like they're real and they're not. They're constructs. They're the ingredient to create a construct to make something real. And our entire society is built on constructs. It is a construct. And if we start basing our currency, just a portion of our currency, instead of basing it on businesses and GDP and the value of the economy, we also base it on individual people that actually create the society that we are. What does it cost to meet your basic human needs for a lifetime? $2 million? Okay.
Yeah,
What's
sure.
$2 million?
Tell us the real number.
So say it's $2 million.
$5 grand.
And say that your average lifespan is 100 years. Well, you just take 100 years. You take 2 million divided by 100, and then divided by
12.
We'll just say divided by 52,
There you
which
go.
is 52 weeks. in a year, and then that's how much money that's how much you contribute to the value of money per week into our monetary system. And then you work a job, maybe you work a job at a convenience store or at Walmart or something. Especially in this country, because a lot of our jobs are not very high paying now. So our hourly wage has dropped per capita. So maybe now a person works at Walmart and they make $10 an hour. Well, based on this standard, they could make $25 an hour. They could meet all their needs, and they have their health care provided for, their insurance is provided for, all their basic needs are met, their food is available. They can buy a decent townhome, and this is bare minimum. This is the floor, the fucking floor, man. And then you get to people that, like Daniel and I, are very ambitious. We want to have businesses and create opportunities and just constantly create. We just can't stop. We just can't fucking stop. Like that's what we do. The sky's the limit. There's no limitation. Nobody's taking from your pile. We're not sharing the same fucking pile. The pile is infinite. And listen, 100 years ago, this wouldn't work because we didn't have the resources available to meet the demand of the need. But now we have the technological ability to meet the demand of the need. So if someone wants to build a townhome, if thousands of people want to build townhomes, we can build thousands of townhomes. We have the technological ability to meet the need. We actually, if we could change our society to where it would operate in that fashion, we would reduce crime exponentially. We would eliminate poverty, and we would have the best economy we've ever had. We would have a better economy than we can even imagine. Like, it would be a roaring fucking economy. It would not stop. And technology would advance even faster.
I just got a comment here. I don't know which energy drink you got, but I didn't get any of that. Did you get any of that?
Jesus, that was really good.
It was. But I didn't get any of that energy drink. Did you get any of that one?
God damn it!
I don't think I could talk that long. Like if it was something I was the most.
I'm over here. I'm
about.
like, fuck me. We should have been talking about that an hour ago, bro.
I love
Jesse. What do you?
Humanity. I
I
love
was
life,
like
man.
Yeah,
I do.
I thought I was in part of waking life there for about a good 20
Bro,
minutes. You know?
I was like,
Just trying to tap into the the consciousness.
I'm jealous. I'm like, goddamn, my energy drink. I poured everybody's, but I didn't get any of that.
no,
Fuck me. Goddamn, you got me off.
We all want the same shit.
I want some of that.
We all want to be happy. We all want to be loved.
And I was there. I kind of thought about ribs for a second, like, during the whole thing.
It's happiness, dude.
They're right there,
Ribs
bro.
are happiness.
Like
Dusty.
I like worked a piece out of like in between my teeth, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, ribs. And like back on
Ribs,
like,
you heard Neil. They're real. They're not real. They're
they're not real.
tangible. They're
We
10
are.
times. They're 10 low.
Hey,
Like,
listen. Well, this is not good for you. This is well, it's good.
in moderation.
It's Glenfiddich. It's very good.
Yeah,
I'm actually
moderation is
enjoying
very
this
good for
thoroughly,
you.
fellas. I'm enjoying this thoroughly.
This is very nice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
actually,
But-
I don't drink a whole lot, so
That's
I
true.
don't either.
I don't think I've hardly
I'm
ever
not a
seen
big
you
drinker.
drink.
I drink a
I
little
don't
bit at the open mics.
Once in a while, but you don't get.
No, I don't
plastered
get
or
drunk.
anything
Yeah,
like
I rarely drink.
Have y'all
this
seen
much.
that YouTube video? About
Well,
the guy
I tell you what,
says
Neil,
he's not going to do
you would
crack
get the
cocaine
light
or something?
if you.
that. I don't know. I may have.
Somebody would light the
familiar.
shit. out of
Oh, it'll go forever.
He's been talking for 8 minutes.
Where's the flashlight at?
Sets. What is?
Where's the flashlight? I just want what you've got. I don't know what you had. I don't know what was in the energy drink I poured you, but goddamn it.
It's called inspiration.
It is you, man. I am you. We're
Hey,
the same
fair
thing.
enough. See?
I am you, and you are me. And
Yeah, well,
Fuck
you
yeah.
know,
We're all
together
the
or
same
whatever.
thing.
We, man. We are all we.
We are we.
We
is
are.
we. You
We
is
are
me.
we are we.
God damn it. I can't wait to watch this when I'm not drinking.
Right.
Watch this back next week and be like, what the
Well,
fuck?
30 minutes is Neil answering the questions of the universe.
Listen, they're going to watch this back
They were
in
good.
70 years and be like, Neil had it.
It's conscious diarrhea.
Yeah. I just want to point out that I have more Glenfiddich up front, but
We have drank a whole bottle of Glenfiddich.
Oh, goodness.
and Jack.
So if
Oh, shit.
It's good
Yeah.
stuff. That's good.
It's a good. It's
It
a
is
good.
good.
It's a good
Goes
start.
down good.
it's good,
It
right?
does. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
man.
I'm enjoying
It's the
y'all's
best.
company thoroughly.
Oh, shit.
it's
We're
gonna have to-
enjoying being here, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
fun.
to come out. I don't know what the hell. I don't know how you're gonna top this Saturday night.
we're not.
Yeah. So
I was going to say we're not,
yeah.
but we'll have.
Just do that whole thing you did today.
Don't do that.
Neil, again.
Don't
Just do that.
I'm
on
like, save it
Saturday.
for the stage, Neil. This is what the
Dude,
people
I
have
am
been waiting for.
I am so introspective.
Oh, good.
It's hard for me to do comedy because I'm always thinking about what I'm saying, unless I loosen up like
Oh,
this.
that's gotta suck. Oh, just get
It's-
out there and just
I can't
shit
get-
out your mouth.
I
think
can't
that's
get
all
out of
you
my
Can I do
fucking
it?
head, man.
I need to try it. Do I need any training or should I just try it?
Just try it.
Just try it.
I'll
Just
try
do
it.
And
Yeah,
see how you
no,
feel.
there's-
What should I talk about? I want
Whatever you
guys
want to talk about. Whatever.
I think you guys should pick a topic for me one day. Just
No,
be
no,
like,
no.
talk-
Whatever you just talk,
me?
man. Whatever you want to talk
All right.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about your real life, your kids, anything like that. The fucking
All,
thing about
all the most fucked up things that have ever happened to you in your life, you should talk about those.
All right.
Yeah,
You were
just be
saying.
I
personal.
was gonna say, talk about your kids, like the situation
That
where you
too,
where
yeah.
you opened up, the
That's
priceless
funny, dude. Yeah, that's
things
genuinely
because
very
it's
funny.
Yeah.
such a funny like. This means a lot to this guy. This don't mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
And my kids definitely didn't mean much to them because it broke instantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
That's
pay,
a funny-
maybe
that's a
pay
funny
Dusty
bit,
for
actually.
the
Yeah.
Hor-
That's
for
a
the
funny
Horcrux
premise.
line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
That was
for me,
good.
for me, comedy is a way to kind of express myself, like express all the things
Yeah.
about life and society and reality that I think are just crazy or silly.
The commercial did "Express Yourself" just popped into my head when you said that.
Yeah,
Does
I mean,
anybody else remember that,
I'm
or-
hosting Saturday, and I'm probably going to open the show with a lot of mental illness material. I hope that's
we
gonna
go. That's a
be
big thing.
good
Don't spoil it, but you
intro.
got one you can give me. You got a little something, a little taste. I don't put you on the spot.
I'm not.
No. All
No.
right,
No,
well,
that's
we'll-
not how it works.
Saturday.
That would be.
We're all fucked up in some ways.
Never mind.
I don't-
Disregard it. Jesse, cut that out, buddy. Cut that.
No,
whole-
and like, no offense, Daniel. I
no,
just
it's fine.
don't-
No offense taken.
I don't. It's gonna get weird if I'm just like,
No.
I don't
Yes, I understand. I get that way sometimes.
But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun show. It's
Well, with comedy, it's a performance, so you've got to
know. Yeah.
kind of keep it
I mean, we're
close to your heart.
performing, I guess, right now, but it's.
Nah, we're having a good time. We're
this is
relaxing.
this is
but I think us
loose.
being
Neil's on
we're in
something
a
else that we're.
conversation.
I don't know what I poured Neil, but it was not the same thing that I got.
It was some weird drug.
I
from
think it was
future
Neil
movies,
deGrasse Tyson's tears,
like
'cause
the
that
Fifth
shit
Element,
fucked him
or like
up.
Gattaca or something.
I want Neil deGrasse Tyson to bottle his tears and sell them. People will buy them.
oh, easily.
100%. How much?
Oh, for like a
If you're
thing
getting
worth-
$40, were you paying $40 to $60 for an autograph, or you weren't paying? Neil deGrasse and Tyson's tears for like a shot should be like thousands.
I think so because
Yeah.
you got DNA in them.
Well, first
Yeah.
of all, what's that guy crying about anyway?
That's
Second
right.
of all, so you got to really make him sad. So you got to be like, science ain't real. So he's just like, what do you mean?
No, you got to go further. You got to say, I don't believe you. I believe in what's that crazy televangelist?
Oh, goodness.
Joel Olsen.
God
which
damn.
No, the other one.
Jimmy Swaggart.
The guy that was curing COVID.
The devil.
Oh,
the
God.
Hey, I'll cure you.
Yeah,
I'll cure
yeah,
you. That's
That guy who got
What was his-
like
what is his
medals.
name?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Swaggart. It's so good.
Swagger, I think.
Jimmy
that,
Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart. That
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Jimmy
is cra-
Swaggart.
I like him, but he's crazy as fuck. I'm like,
He's
God,
got
this is a bad
wild
motherfucker.
eyes.
Did you guys
Yeah.
see the? Did you guys see the guy?
I need another
Did you guys
jet.
see the heavy metal remakes of his stuff?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
amazing.
It's like there's like little weird. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that shit.
It's awesome.
Dude, he needed a jet because he needed a bigger jet because he didn't want to stop.
Oh,
Because,
craziness.
and he's explaining it on live TV. I'm like, this dude is fucking.
That's what
awesome.
happens when an evil person breaks the matrix.
I needed a bigger jet because, you don't want to stop on a 17-hour trip.
Dude, like guys that old who have like
He's
that
like,
red
"Ooh."
of
that
skin.
guy could say, "God damn it, I need a bigger jet," and people would give him money.
It's mind blowing, man.
I agree.
Oh, it's crazy.
I agree. You guys are awesome.
Well, hey guys, been awesome having you on. We need to wrap it up,
should,
I guess.
Should we
Yes.
plug anything?
Yeah, plug
you
whatever
guys
you wanna
plug some
plug.
stuff.
Anything.
A whole
I feel
bunch
like
of
we
shit.
didn't really like. We
We
just
didn't
kind of were
plug.
like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Well, this is
Yeah.
the time when we plug stuff. So
and
let's
then,
plug it.
and then we were
Plug
like, "What's
away.
going on?" And I'm like, "I've been meditating," and then like it just went.
Did we ever ask
places
him what's
after
been
that.
going on
Hey,
with him?
meditating and crying.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
no, we really never got down.
We
to
never
what-
got
what-
to you,
well,
Dusty.
Dusty's been playing. a lot
That's
of
why
Friday
I've been
the
waiting the
13th.
whole time patiently without saying a word. I've been
You're a patient guy.
very quiet, Mother Teresa over here. While you guys been bad boys. I hadn't been doing much either. That's why I didn't mind you didn't ask me. But just trying to make it through, man. Comedy is very sparse, not just for me and Reid, but for everybody.
Yeah.
If anybody's like, man, this year's been great for comedy, they're full of shit and they suck.
Yeah.
Because they don't, you know what I mean? If you're having
they're desperate enough to go to the open mics that no one else is willing to go to.
Well, exactly. If I wanted, that's the thing. Open mics and stuff like that, it's important to hit them up sparingly, but to hit up every one of them like we used to on an average this day and this year in particular, it's really not worth it. Because as much as I love comedy, I'm not making enough fucking money, and nobody else is on the local scene to give their life for this shit anyway at this point.
Right. I'm going to be very vague about this because I don't want to name names or places I'm going to be, but I'm doing an open mic tomorrow. I've seen the lineup. I'm like, I don't really like any of these people.
I think I got a great idea where it is, and is it the place I hate? The town, city I hate?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
The parking there you're not a fan of? Yeah.
Okay, that's the other city, I think.
I don't know. So Dusty, family?
Oh, yeah, family. We're good. Just trying to make it through, man. So me and my girlfriend, her daughter, 12 years old, and just trying to make it through, man. It's so hard on kids, and I feel real bad for my daughter. And also it's wild trying to keep your sanity because it's like you've been working for something for so long, and I mean at full fucking blast. And things have been going great before this year, and it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know about you, man. I had such an identity crisis this year because I was like, I really put all of myself into this thing, and this thing like kind of doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, what do I really contribute? What am I even doing? I've worked for like 7-8 years to be good at like standing in front of drunk people and
making them laugh,
throwing my bullshit at them, and now that's gone. And like, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I feel the same way. It's something where it becomes part of your identity. Like you identify yourself. Like it becomes your cultural destiny, where it's your goal to become your destiny.
I like cultural. That's nice.
Thank you. I had totally just made it up, and I appreciate that. And it's something that I still believe in for myself and for Reid, both. We both believe in what we do, and we believe in our company as well, Attention Horse Comedy for Nerds. It's just our bread and butter, which is going to Comic-Cons or any type of con, anything like that, are gone for the foreseeable future.
It feels like, have you ever been to like a Sagebrush or other kind of like steakhouse where you get the bread and the butter, and if you like had been there for like 2 minutes, or like it's 2 minutes after they gave you the bread and butter, and they just take it away.
Hey, listen, man.
Oh man,
art is always going to be important.
Yeah.
It's
coming back.
Art is everything, and I've thought about this recently. I consider myself an artist, but I've spent a lot of my life just focusing on business. But I'm a very creative person. But if you think about like everything in society, it's all based on art. Because ideas are creativity, right? Like everything in this room is from creativity and art. It's not going anywhere. It'll be back. Humans adapt.
Yeah.
And on a very level basis, like on just a very reasonable, realistic level. I mean, there's 2 really good vaccines out right now for this pandemic. I believe that
a third one on the right, coming soon.
Yeah, I believe that politicians are definitely taking advantage of it. People that want to control people are manipulating society a little bit.
Both sides,
which is part of the bullshit of politics. But I think that with technology, we're going to overcome that in the near future. It's hard to lie to people today because you have so much access to information. But regardless of that, I think things will be pretty normal by early spring next year, April, May, and you guys will be fine. It won't. Listen, just use this time to sharpen your blade,
or just get through it,
to sharpen your art, to work on your art, work on your craft.
I'm not in y'all's thing, but I'll tell you as a consumer of what you guys produce, right? For me, comedy has been
like food for the soul. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
like
it is.
when I can't get
All
through
art.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I can't get through life, when stress, when stuff, like even tonight, it's therapeutic, right?
Yes.
And so when I've went, and I'm sure people that are coming, like you, I know you said, hey, you're performing in front of drunk people, but really what you're performing, you're providing a service. It's like going to therapy, right? There's
Yes.
literally, I'd go to a great comedy set and it released endorphins, right? Like I'm euphoric. And that lasted for days. And sometimes you look back, and I go back through memories of great sets that I can remember to this day, and it produces a feeling inside, right? So on some level, you guys have done that for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands possibly of people. And, you know, that's the crazy part is you don't know how many people you guys have affected, right? That's coming back when, right now all you got to do is just survive. Like, that's the keys. Like, just survive. It's coming back at some point. Everybody else is, it'd be different if only you guys couldn't work.
Yeah.
Everybody's not been able to work, right? So like it's a level playing field. So when it comes back, you're good. But I think you guys provide a lot more value and service than you think, because there's the other side of it. Like there's the mental health. You said you get some mental health jokes. There's a lot of people that go to comedy to provide relief from that.
Right. And if you have been to any of my sets and really enjoyed it, you can pay for my therapy that I'm paying for now.
Yes.
My Venmo is at Reid-Pegram.
I like it.
Well,
I like it.
another thing too.
At Reid, so that's the at. Hold on, one more time. It's what now?
At Reid-Pegram. And I swear to God, I'll only use it for my therapy monies. But no, I really kind of, that makes sense, man, because it's just like, I don't know. It's I that makes me feel better about what I do because it's kind of.
It's not blowing smoke, man. I'm serious. Some of the best times with my wife, and at the time was my girlfriend.
Right.
You know, and I mean some of the best memories I have, and when I'm sure you guys have had those moments where you get like when I get there, I want to watch a good comedy or go to I mean literally, and I haven't been able to do that this year. There's a lot of people that haven't been able to do it.
Because that's like kind of the one I'm working on. I feel like when comedy was around, I was putting so much of myself in it that I wasn't taking care of myself mentally, taking care of myself physically.
True.
That's kind of what I'm working on now.
Right.
That comedy is not a thing. Before it was like emotional gunshots, and I was like I was like gut shot and like bleeding out. I was like, I got to get to the next open mic, and now. Yeah, it's like it's kind of working on it's sealing up those gunshots. So
Agreed. I think before
better.
the pandemic hit, we had not too long after Louisville in November, which is just take a toll on you that weekend, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. And near the end of February, I was like, I need to take a break. I'm going to take a month break, and then the world just took a break, and then I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on my fucking terms. So
Right.
it pissed me off. I'm like, so I'm not getting the damn rest that I want.
Right.
I'm self-medicating with way too much alcohol. I'm writing, but I'm not writing at the same amount of time that I normally would because I don't want to write 20 minutes worth of material that I can only do so much at a time. I'm going to forget every fucking thing by the time I get a chance to do that set, And for some people, that's great. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But what I don't like to do is not finish something. I am a task-oriented motherfucker. So I have to do one thing, then I have to do the next, then I have to do the next, just to please my mind. Because that's just how my brain works or whatever.
That's why they're called the creative businessmen.
Yeah.
Because that's an entrepreneurial trait.
I think that's fucking awesome, though. I'm ready for it to come back. I'm ready to see you guys. I know it's not the same. I know it's not I'm ready to see you guys.
Oh, when
Saturday.
it comes back, it's going to be great. And
Yeah.
I mean, we are so ready. And there's things that we've got in the works for ideas for different panels and stuff like that that we haven't even had a chance to really send out to these people because, well, you can't really do that right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are plenty of time for that. And, I mean, we've both been writing and doing good. I mean, both did good in the competition this year. We've had a good year considering how shitty this year has actually been.
And I'll tell you, man, the demand is there more than ever. People are looking. People are dying for it. Like I hear it. There's circles that I run in that aren't the same circles as you guys. This whole venture, the Creative Businessmen podcast, YouTube, has introduced me to a lot of people that I would have never met otherwise. But a lot of people, man, I hear it constantly. Like they're ready everybody's ready for it to come back, to go back to some semblance of normal.
Yeah.
And we're all like, you guys are ready to go back to normal. We're ready for it too. Like we're ready to be. I'm ready to consume what you guys are going to put out. Like it's therapeutic, and I'm ready for it. And if it's part of your misery that you're putting out there, hopefully you heal it beforehand. But you know,
hey, listen. Also, you guys have been planting seeds for years.
Yeah.
In this industry.
It's funny. It's funny how many people we've had on that know them, that look up to them.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's crazy, actually.
And I'm new to this. I'm new to comedy.
Yeah. Look at them lying to us.
No. You know, we've had a lot of comedians on, or comedians.
Yeah.
And actors, and it's like it's crazy.
I'll respect you guys.
Before we get on.
Thank you.
Like having conversations, and they know you guys. Like it's really weird. It's like it's a small group, but some of y'all don't really of each other, but you don't know each other. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah,
actually.
Small world, huh?
It is, dude.
Thanks. That
And
feels really
here's
good.
the thing, man. You guys have been planting seeds for a long time, and I'm new to comedy.
And
I'm new to stand-up comedy.
Yeah, and fuck Tim with a Y.
Right.
Throw that out there for you guys.
Fuck you, Tim.
Yeah, fuck you, Tim.
Tim's an asshole.
Tim's an ass. We
he's
almost
racist.
deleted your shit, but everybody came up and said fuck you, so we're good.
But we can forgive Tim if he wants to.
Yeah. Tim, you
redeem
want to come
himself.
on and we'll let the aliens fuck with you a little bit. We're
I
good.
hope all the seeds
He
you
should be
planted
abducted.
are-
He should definitely be abducted and have a probe stuck in his ass. But
yeah.
or
Glenn Fittich bottle. We'll figure it out.
wherever would be uncomfortable for him.
It'll help his smile.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
You know.
you guys have been planting seeds for a long time. Those seeds are going to grow. Just keep working on your craft. You guys are both brilliant comedians. You're really talented comedians.
Well, thanks, man.
You've been doing this for a long time. You're really good at it. I want to get as good at it as you are. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to do well. And I think, like what Daniel was saying, there's a big need for entertainment and for some kind of relief from this craziness that we've all been dealing with. So in 2021, when things are finally allowed to be pretty normal, which I think will probably be around April, May, something like that.
Everything's going to sell out. Everything.
It'll be normal. It will be normal.
Yeah.
And when it is, you guys are going to just thrive, man.
Yeah.
You're going to blow up. You're going to just pick up right where you left off. And I think it's going to be better than what you thought it was going to be.
And
because there's such a demand.
I agree.
You're pinning up this demand, and it's going to just blow up.
There are events that we were signed up for that came back live very temporarily, sold out instantly, and then canceled again.
Man, the demand is there.
Yeah.
And you guys are meeting the demand.
And I'm not talking about
you're gonna reap the harvest.
Yeah.
And you're a farmer. You're both fucking farmers.
Yeah.
You know
I was
this
going to
works.
say, what are the odds you're both farmers, by the way? That's not part of the reason you're friends, right?
I mean, it's like kind of. I feel like me and Dusty relate on like a.
I know you watched the
Yeah.
podcast about the horse, and you remember the joke about
Yeah, like my dad ran over a horse.
Yeah,
Or it was a cow. Or no, it
was
was
a horse.
Dusty
It
didn't
was
watch your
horrible.
podcast.
Yes, I did. I just shook my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do? Do word for word?
Yeah.
No, well, I masturbated.
Was
to
I
yours,
supposed to
Dusty.
draw a picture?
So the fact that you just watched it really hurts.
Yeah.
You know?
He skimmed over it.
Yeah. Well, and the
He
horse.
watched some of the clips.
The
I
horse.
watched it. I have a whole tablet that I just set in a shrine that plays your episode like on repeat. I light it like 5 candles
Hey,
every morning.
All relationships can't be balanced.
That's true.
no,
true.
that's very true.
And you
It
know
is.
what? You didn't watch the fucking
You don't
the
know.
Lost Boys. So,
No,
so go fuck yourself, Reid.
you really put a weird emphasis
Lawn-
in Lost Boys. You were like,
Lawnmower
the Lost
Man.
Boys. Like it was like how Christopher Walken would say the name of the Lost Boys.
Boys.
The Lost Boys.
Have you ever seen Joel Schumacher's The Lost Boys?
Boys.
There it is.
It's
There
got
it is.
Kiefer Sutherland.
The dead.
Kiefer Sutherland.
And alive.
The champagne.
Champagne.
Oh, God damn it. You guys are
Alex
awesome.
Winters.
Fellas.
Anything else you
Yeah.
guys want to promote?
Yeah.
or-
Promote it up. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's just Attention Horse Comedy. We're on Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. We're not doing a whole lot right now. Just this monthly show
Awesome.
at the comic dimension.
Yeah.
spot on Spring Garden, Greensboro. My stuff's just my name, Reid Pegram, REID.
And you're the something gin. What is it?
Last known gin.
Last known gin.
But I haven't had that information for Instagram for probably a year now, so I don't know how to get back on it. So I am Attention Horse Comedy on Instagram.
Okay.
And
Well, you need to get back on Instagram.
yeah, I love.
Fix your profile.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how.
Do Dusty Cagle.
That might work. That
that's
might
important.
work out.
Was
But
there another Dusty Cagle and you had to be someone else?
No,
Or
I've
is
just
that-
always been Last Known Gin for such
Just
a
be
long
the
time.
Dusty Cagle. Oh, I started watching your series too, man.
Which
Good.
Which one?
The Last Airbender.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Yeah.
Dude, one of
How do we check
It's
that out?
it's pretty young for
Netflix.
me.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
now it is
Oh, no,
young,
no, no,
but
It's good.
Hold
but
on, hold on.
I promise you, it
I
gets
thought you
more
meant
It's good, though.
his.
more
It's good.
mature.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was
I
like,
thought you meant his. I was like, what are you doing,
for a
bro?
second,
Tell
I
us
was
about
like,
No,
it.
at
did
first,
you create Avatar: The
Yeah,
Last
bro.
Airbender? And
just
we're
buy
not
all
using
the
any of
merch.
that money for anything.
Yeah,
I just buy every.
You're
bit
not
of their
getting
fucking
paid
merch.
at Saturday's show.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's a great show. Also, I want to put out a big shout out to our sponsor. It's Dove Men Plus Care.
Yes.
So I have to do this for monetary reasons. Dove, eat shit, fucker.
Oh, and Dove, if you want to sponsor us, I use Dove every day, so please sponsor us.
Yeah.
I use Suave because I like to spend 99 cents on shampoo.
oh,
so.
god damn it.
I've had that soap in my fucking pocket for
Hey,
3 hours.
I
now.
grew up using Suave.
Yeah,
Because I was fucking poor.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Anyway.
I'm not telling you what I use.
Owl. Do you use Owl? I remember Owl.
It's hard to pronounce.
Yes. it's from
All right,
another
guys.
country.
Thanks for watching the show. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for
Double
having us.
bicep.
Big dick.
All right.